Good morning. Welcome back to Non-Standard Action. I'm your GM, Tom. This is Episode 3, An Easy Choice. Today's icebreaker question is, what did your character name their first vehicle? And we will start. Let's start with Simon.
Oh, God. But I'm at least comfortable with this icebreaker.
I'm very sorry. I'm dunking you in with as if I were pouring a bucket of ice over your head.
Yes, consider it like a tempering.
Pronouns, characters, pronouns, and icebreaker.
Yes, thank you. All right, I'm Simon. Pronouns are he, him. This is Marath. You can see them right here. Right here. And their pronouns are they, them, and they go with the first person plural, very complicated. Oh yes, icebreaker was what their first vehicle was, right?
First vehicle's name. What did Marath name their first vehicle?
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think I like to imagine that Marath really bought into the concept of a vehicle as being like run by a crew, and like really sympathized with those much more so than like the single pilot vessels. So the first probably land vehicle that they owned as a juvenile swarm may have been called the Enterprise.
A teenage heartthrob.
See, Simon, that was great. Very good answer.
All right.
Nick, what about yours and Sloane's?
Sloane grew up on a ship that already had a name, and now she's here. She's never really been planetside, so she's never actually named a vehicle.
Okay. And what are your and her pronouns?
Oh, yeah. My pronouns are whatever. Sloane's pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. Liz, pronouns, and icebreaker.
So I use she, her, and I'm playing Auntie Nuna, who also uses she, her. And when Auntie Nuna was a youth, her first vehicle was a, ostentatious Cadillac. It was several, years out of date kind of thing. But it was like a boat, and she called it Fang.
All right.
She was a different person back then.
Tell us more.
I love it.
Yeah, I want to meet Auntie Nuna back then.
Did she have a poodle skirt?
No.
Is that a reference I don't get?
Grease?
Tell me more.
Yeah. Leif, pronouns, and icebreaker.
I am Leif, they, them. I play Ketch, he, him. As far as this goes, I felt like this one was right up my alley. Kind of having a field day with this one. Of course, thinking let's see, variations of greased lightning. We've got buttered thunder, large storm, but none of those really caught on. So,
sorry, what was that second one? Large swarm?
Large storm.
Oh.
Storm, like lightning, thunderstorm.
So, I don't know. He probably went with something just like a single four-letter catchy word, like doom or I don't know. It's something like that. I'm too caught up on the goofs right now is the problem.
I like buttered thunder.
What? Us and getting caught up in goofs? Never.
This is a very serious show. We always
Yes,
seriousness.
we take these games terribly seriously here. Yes. Jet. Last but not least, Jet. Pronouns, and icebreaker.
I am he, him. I am playing Gus, who is he, him. And the name of the first vessel, Gus grew up on Absalom Station, and his parents were both, his dad was a dock worker, his mother was a miner. He knows how to put things together, even if he doesn't know the math behind it. And he kind of probably bodged together some sort of really crude one-man like shuttlecraft, and he named it Beatrice.
Very
Oh,
nice. That tracks for Gus. I could absolutely see that.
Yeah.
Come on, Beatrice. We're almost there.
Could do it. Erase it for pink slips. I know you don't have one, but
You're a good girl.
yeah, you're the best girl.
Excellent. And I realized everybody else is doing their pronouns. I'll do my pronouns as well. I'm Tom. I'm he, him. And as for my characters that I play, we are Legion. So you name it. So anyway, let's play some Starfinder. So last time on non-standard action, you all. I swear I was in the right place in my notes. I have a bad habit of scrolling through my notes while I'm listening to people talk, and then I lose my place in my notes. It's terribly inconvenient. So, last week, our free-flying traders finished the Akaton job, ultimately deciding to give Runo Pratt most of the profits from the trade deal, after squeezing what they could out of Ainsley of Ichihara Imports. They returned to Absalom to find effusive thanks from Runo and stern yet sterile reprimands from the company in equal parts. Tarika found them a new job to take, but it involved running some guns for this guy named Lord Sinjin, some drow businessman. They met his intermediary on Aposte and were told to bring the cargo to Voxa, a little rock out in the vast, where the Gitteran Authority requested them. Upon flying out to Voxa, the destination for their gun running, they were greeted by the Hobgoblin military occupying the planet. Friendly place. Last thing that happened was a fight with some vicious hobhounds, but at the end of it all, our players had decisively, as nobody can doubt, earned level 2. So let's start off with a brief discussion on what everyone got for level 2. Let's go in reverse order. Jet, what's Gus looking like at level 2? You're muted, my friend.
Gus looks immortal. He's got 18 stamina and hit points now, so who cares about
How's
that?
that AC
11?
looking, buddy?
Still 11. It looks great. And Gus got 2 new class features: defensive dispersal, which will allow him to mitigate some damage, and surgical host. So if Gus activates his nanite, his sheath array, he can now, it functions as a med kit, and I invested in some medicine skill.
Very cool.
yay, medicine.
That's we get a look at the mechanics influencing the character choices, as Gus has had the absolute phlegm pounded out of him, and so he's like, hey, I should get better at medicine.
Yeah. I've got it planned out to level 12. He's going to get real good at medicine.
I look forward to it. Yeah, that's the nanocyte focus that you took was the whatchamacallit.
That's what was letting me fast heal. Surgical host is actually a knack that any nanocyte can take. It just pairs well.
Okay. Yes. That's what I was getting at. Gus is gonna live forever, as Joel says. So Leif, what does Ketch look like at level 2?
Just as handsome, just as dashing, with just a few more hit points and nothing else to really tell.
Fair enough.
Trust me, it's not exciting for mechanic level 2.
Yeah.
The mechanic tricks I find are less exciting and more necessary, right?
No,
It's
I
like,
got something.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
So, So maybe nothing like super mechanically interesting, but he did spend a little bit of time working on hammering out that defect in that weapon. So hopefully it
So
doesn't.
it's no longer going to
Hopefully it doesn't backfire anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice stream, but this was the agreed upon timing. So, farewell, crit fails. Liz, how about Auntie Nuna?
So Envoy is also not super exciting at level 2, but Auntie Nuna as the party's buffer, sort of in contrast to Adelaide from last season, who was a debuffer. Auntie Nuna will be taking Get 'em because it's the best. after Inspiring Boost. So enjoy your plus
Yeah.
ones, folks.
Yeah.
Inspiring Boost is overrated, but I've never put Inspiring Boost on any of my envoys ever. Fun fact.
Yeah, well, it's kept Sloan alive a couple of times. So
True.
It is true.
I appreciate
As
you
a player, I have a hard time giving up my standard action. I feel similarly to Nick.
Gus super
but-
loves it. He loves
Yeah.
it.
It is what has saved this party a couple times, I think. Nick, how about Sloan?
So Sloan actually gave up her level 2 operative trick
Operative exploit.
exploit,
Ooh, that's expensive.
whatever they are. Why they're all different words.
Class
no one
feature.
Can say. Yes, class feature. To take Merchant Savvy, which is from this book, isn't it?
Is it?
No, it's from Cobb.
The name of
No, it's from the archetype, right? Didn't you take an archetype? Am I wrong?
Yes, but what book is the archetype from?
Oh, I think it's
I
from
don't think they're
Com.
published by themselves yet.
Oh no, I understand. It's either Pact Worlds or Com. It's the free merchant, the free trader archetype, correct?
Yes,
where
free trader
are
archetype.
archetypes even listed on Nethys?
Where are all the books? I don't
It
know.
came from Character Operations Manual.
Thank you,
Like
Jet.
Com.
That's the one. Yeah.
I don't know where you would find them on the navigation, Simon. I just search for it.
Yeah.
That's probably smart.
Nethys Starfinder archetypes. Done.
yeah, that's pretty much all I do.
But yeah, so this will let me be a little bit better at pretty much everything related to being a totally legitimate merchant. Totally legitimate.
Legitimate person TM.
Yes.
All capitalized.
Right now, it lets me re-roll before the outcome is revealed on some different checks: culture, profession, bluff, diplomacy, sense motive. They're all conditional.
Nice.
So yeah,
But-
some good social stuff for
Yeah, it's pretty powerful,
Negotiating.
honestly.
Yeah, and it scales, which is fun.
Yeah, the free trader archetype is one of those cool ones that like doesn't take all. It doesn't demand your firstborn in class features. It just you just give up your second level slot, right? And then it just
Yep.
scales nicely. Very cool. All right, how about Simon as Marayoth?
Yeah, Moreas, second level Solarian. It's I'm very unfamiliar with Solarian still, so it's always a fun little exercise to try to like figure out what exploits or what are they called, revelations? What revelations I can take.
Revelations.
And yeah, given the restrictions that I've already put on myself, which are solar flare and
Stringent.
yeah, stringent, solar flare, and graviton. There's like not a whole lot of space there. So I went with agile wavelengths, although practically speaking, without the feat that gives you the +4 to combat maneuvers, I feel like it's not worthwhile.
It's
So I might
still
just
not. Yeah, so you're
not
gonna
use it until later. So
until book
effectively
2.
not. Yeah, effectively nothing. Nothing happened.
You got double your level. Double the stamina points that you had before, though. That's exciting,
True,
right?
it's true, but I'll be protected by this brave cloud of nanobots in front of me with no AC.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah, just a big.
it's kind of
big,
been a quiet stealth level up, but hopefully it will all survive more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. If nothing else, y'all now have more hit points, more stamina points, same number of resolve points, and a few neat class features moving forward. So, all right. That's always one of my favorite parts of TTRPGs, as silly as that sounds. I love level up, so
not silly
I
at
hope
all.
you all enjoyed that at home
Yeah,
as well.
I love leveling up. It's just some are better than others.
Of course,
Some are more
absolutely.
exciting than others.
Yes,
We'll
yeah.
forever miss
yep.
you, soldier.
All right,
Look, it was
so
good to get outside of your comfort zone, and now you know.
yeah. I mean, Simon, for God's sake, Simon just referred to Solarian level ups as exploits instead of revelations. So Leif is not the only one who's a career soldier.
Oh, Lord.
So, all right. You, like I said last time, the Hobhounds had broken out of their enclosure after a Sheeran laborer had been sent in to feed them, and they aggressively leapt at them, at which point the Sheeran promptly turned tail and ran, because they're an NPC and they don't have like 16 points of damage they can take from those Hobhounds. They would have died. So luckily they ran behind you. The guards seem to have also handled the dogs that ran their way. The Sheeran is now huddling on the ground behind you, not too far from you all. The guards make their way over and roughly pull them off the ground, begin dragging them back towards the prisoner tents. Come on, prisoner. You've got some explaining to do about why those hounds got loose. So they begin dragging them away.
Ketch hops down off the bus and walks up to Sloan and says, "Leave it, Captain."
Meanwhile, Auntie Nuna looks significantly at Sloan and doesn't say anything.
Swirls agitatedly but doesn't say anything.
Gus's nostrils flare and his ears twitch irritatedly.
And they take the prisoner away.
Listen anymore. All right.
So,
Loading up.
all right, you continue loading up your trucks.
Told that prisoner to hide on the truck. They did not listen.
No, they were terrified. So Gus, as you're working to load the weapons crates onto the hover trucks, you look out at the prison camp filled with miners of various species. Miners with an E, not an R. O, if that wasn't clear. As you do so, you think back on your time working for the company before you got into shipping and receiving. We flashback, yes. Whole tone scales play as we see a little flashback. And oh no. All right, folks, back to work. A whistle sounds throughout the dark cavern, and we see Gus sitting on a folding chair, finishing up the last of his lunch. He's sitting in a dark cavern. Notably, his right arm is biological, not a prosthetic. A white Ahsoki sits next to him, and also seems to be finishing up. Hey, Gus! You got any extra of those protein bars? I seem to be out here. Gus, I'm not going to make you roll a sense motive on this. You've seen Neva pull these shenanigans. She has most likely tucked away her protein bars in her cheek pouches.
Yeah. Yeah, here you go. Here's my last one.
Thanks, Gus. You're a good guy. She stands and sighs as she stands up. Man, I hope we're done down here soon. The engineers keep telling us this place is fine, but I swear, I've felt some tremors. You know what comes after the tremors start, Gus?
The giant worms with all these tentacle things that come after you.
Childhood.
I always tell you, you watch too many of those Trivids. No, I'm talking about a cave-in, Gus. We gotta be ready before something happens. She pats her excavation drill strapped to her back. I've been working on some modifications to mine. It isn't regulation, but then a lot of the fleam they got us doing down here ain't regulation, is it? The foreman comes over and says, "All right, you two, let's get back to work. Red Crew's on for this shift." Neva gives you a significant look. All right, let's get back to work.
Gus gives her a significant look.
Significant looks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Significant looks all around, yes. And a small tremor, accompanies this as we fade back into present day. But yeah.
With that tremor, Gus looks worried. So worried.
Many of the miners
when does Gus not look worried? I kind of imagine it as his default expression.
I think it is too. It probably goes away when he's eating. That's probably why he comfort eats and cooks all the time.
Oh.
Also why he's round around the middle the way he is in his art.
Oh, poor Gus.
So we cut back in to the crew loading up the trucks once again. As this happens, you're approached by, well, let's see, I say you. Who is going to be approached by this mysterious stranger?
Woodaloo.
Sloan. You happen to be, I've rolled a die randomly. Sloan is approached by a hobgoblin guard. The guard addresses you in, it's going to choose, do you speak Castervellian, Sloan?
No.
He begins to talk to you in clipped Castervellian, and then realizes that you don't seem to be recognizing him. Switches to Vesk. Do you speak Vesk? Excellent. Word is you all are transporting guns and grenades, he says, leaning against one of the trucks while he watches you loading. It sure would be a shame if they ended up in the hands of the Resistance.
Sense motive.
Oh, I'm rolling. I am actually rolling. I'm actually rolling secret sense motive checks.
Then ignore that 19.
I will ignore that 19. I think you would be happier with my roll anyway.
Good.
So, yes. So, Sloan, Auntie Nuna, yeah, we can assume that you're sort of hovering around Sloan during most of this anyway. I don't see Auntie Nuna doing the heavy lifting of these crates anyway. So, yeah, Sloan and Nuna can be in on this this interaction. But
Auntie Nuna
yes,
has a sense of aid.
Yeah. So Nuna, you actually, your keen eyes perceive that this hobgoblin is not as they appear. They have somehow changed their appearance, but you're not sure how or what they actually are. So Sloan and Nuna, with a secret sense motive check, you sense something in his tone. He's not implying that you should watch out for the Resistance or warning you away from them when he says, "Oh, sure would be a shame." Can
I use bluff to send sort of a significant nod to Sloan that this guy isn't all he appears?
That's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's bluff to pass a secret message.
Bluff to pass a secret message, right? Even if it's a physical action, sleight of hand I feel is more like for
do what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
I mean, either way.
Yeah,
so that's a 23.
I'm gonna call bluff. 23. All right. So yeah, with the 23, you can definitely pass this information to Sloan that something is up with this guy,
and that I think we should listen to him.
Sure. What do?
Sure would be a shame. Where should we watch out for this Resistance?
Well, and once you start conversing with him, something sort of seems to change in the cadence of his speech. I hear that the Resistance happens to have a hideout up in the mountains. If you were to, say, take the wrong turn, you might find yourself at that hideout. You might even find yourself getting paid for delivering the goods to the Resistance as opposed to these fleamheads. Now, I'm not going to...
Guys, is getting a lot worse.
That's fine, as long as the guards aren't around.
Yeah, no, there's no other guards around really. He's the only. He seems to be the only hobgoblin around. The other hobgoblins are just sort of they're like occasionally glancing over at you, but this hobgoblin sort of standing here leaning against the truck, all cool, like doesn't really raise suspicion. Now we can't offer you much. but this is what we've got. I'm going to drop all the pretenses here. He can offer you 10 BP build points, which is half of what you were expecting to be paid by the Gitteran Authority for this job. We're just working people, not a star-spanning corporation or conquering empire. But you can see what's going on here. We were a peaceful world of miners. The authorities come up on some trumped-up excuse, and they're not going to stop until we're all enslaved or dead.
Well, certainly can't let them just walk all over working people like that.
Good to hear you say that. So, you'll do it?
I think it's safe to say my crew will be on board. Where's this wrong turn?
Thank you so much. Take the Mount Winterpeak turnoff once you head up the mountain. When you see an old cabin off the side of the road, you're there. So, you finish loading up the trucks. By this time, I'll see to your ship. So because once the hobgoblins realize that you've turned on them, they're not going to be happy. They probably won't let you come back and get your ship. But suffice to say, I've lifted fancier ships than yours in the past, and I'll be able to lift your ship.
Oh, good to know.
We'll call it valet service.
He gives Antinuna a wink, and then resumes his clipped cadence from before. All right, you finish uploading these trucks, and he, shoulders his rifle, marches off. So the loading of the truck continues, and about this time finishes up. It's about 4 p.m. The sun is beginning to set on the horizon. During the packing up of the truck, if you'd like to talk to your crew about this plan, Sloan, you may feel free to do so.
Yeah, she'll sort of circulate amongst the crew and let them know that we have a new buyer, but keep it on the down low for now.
Is these a series of one-on-one conversations, or is this a group conversation?
Well, I think pulling everybody aside for a group conversation is going to be a little bit suspicious.
Okay. Are they paying the same amount? The company doesn't care so much who gets the money as that they get the money.
Mariath, doing the right thing is more important than money.
We agree. However, we are concerned about your lack of self-preservation again.
Don't worry. Trust me, Mariath, everything's going to be fine.
You have said this before.
And has it ever not been fine?
Our colony continues to exist, but
Exactly.
Okay. They'll probably. How will we leave the planet once the slavers have discovered that we have betrayed them?
Our new friends have it covered.
And we trust our new friends?
More than I trust these slavers.
Yes. Okay. Yes, this is okay, Captain. Should we get back to lifting the boxes?
Yes. Let's get all these boxes loaded.
Please do.
Marias goes back to lifting boxes, the only job that they really know, and tries not to look obviously worried.
It's okay though. I bet it's hard.
It's okay. They are very hard to read. Yes.
Yeah.
Gus in his soul feels all of a sudden feels a kinship with Marayoth for some reason, possibly because you're now expressing his default expression.
Oh yes.
Concern.
All right.
Reiterate, don't worry. It's all going to be fine.
It's all gonna be fine. Marayoth just keeps on saying that to themselves.
A small contingent have been delegated the task of repeating.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
The newsletters were distributed throughout the colony.
Little loudspeakers throughout the colony. It's going to be fine. This is going to be fine.
Except translated into like pheromones.
Well, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Much more powerful for conveying messages. What does Ketch think about this when Sloane approaches him? Oh, I made the mistake of not looking at Leif's camera.
No, that's okay. All you gotta do is say my name, I reappear.
Like Beetlejuice.
Like Beetlejuice.
Like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Only 3 times more efficient because you only need to say it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ketch would ask the same question. So we found somebody that's gonna pay more, yeah?
Well, not exactly. But don't worry. Everything's going to be fine.
Then
trust me.
Wait, no, hold on. Yo, Cap, what? And I imagine you probably just walk away and don't give Ketch a chance to, like, actually argue with you.
Yep. No arguing, Ketch.
She talks to him while he's got, like, a box in his hands, so he can't really follow.
Raining under the way. Yo, get back here! Wait! And then, like, the guards, like, all start looking over, and he's just like, oh, shit. Paradox.
Fine.
Fine. Everything's fine.
This is fine. And what about Gus?
Gus is still a bit beat up from the fight, even if he all of a sudden feels a surge of vitality that he does not understand. He's focused on carrying the boxes because he doesn't want to focus on what's going on around him.
All right. Good. So, by the time you all finish up loading the truck, because there are 2 trucks, remember, it's again about 4 in the afternoon. Sun beginning to set on the horizon. You've been told to move this gear away as soon as possible, and Quartermaster Sib, the female hobgoblin that you interacted with last week that told you couldn't keep it here, confirms that she wants you to get it the pronk out of here and head up that mountain. It's only an hour and a half trip, so shouldn't be that bad. Yes. So, Quartermaster Sib will...
to load the trucks.
What?
It'd take us 8 hours to load the trucks.
Yeah.
Remember, I convinced her we would only work 8 hours at a time. We got go sleep now.
So driving is outside of that then.
Unless they want to pay us overtime.
I think they're gonna pay us.
Yes, we will absolutely pay you overtime to get those guns out of here when you deliver the guns.
No,
We're walking away from more money.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not authorized to pay you extra money right now. Do you want to get paid? And they the hobgoblin guards behind her brandish their weapons. There are like 7 hobgoblins with her. Get those guns out of this camp now.
But you can rest assured, I'm telling Edge Corp that you threatened their employees, and they're not going to want to do much business with you again. You know, threatening employees with guns.
I'm sure. She assigns, as you all go to your trucks, she assigns you 2 hobgoblins to escort you. Two hobgoblins to escort you, and then a group of them to drive the second truck. So the 2 that will join you are, they introduce themselves as Private Glocka and Private Shank. That's pretty much all you ever get out of them. But they can point you to the armory.
What's up, charming gentleman?
Catch intentionally.
Oh, yes.
Wrong. What a pocket and stab.
They both sort of just eye catch. Shank will position himself on the trailer among the cargo containers because these cabs are similarly only designed for 4 people. 1 or 2 of you, accounting for Marayoth, will need to join Shank on the trailer as the cab only fits 4 medium-sized creatures. As Glocka will be sitting in the cab with whomever goes in there.
Oh.
Catch calls shotgun.
No.
Goes to open the door and sees Auntie Nuna already sitting in there.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say.
We can fit in the 4-person cab. We have the compression racial trait.
All right, so it sounds
Gus,
like
I'll climb in the
mathematically
back.
speaking.
No, Catch hears Marriott say, "We will compress to the ceiling," and Catch is like, "Oh, right in the back."
That's
Oh,
perfect.
you do not have to do that, Catch. We are happy to distribute our constituents. We are happy to distribute our constituents in whatever configuration is most convenient for the crew.
Yeah, but the last time this happened, my horns ended up through the roof anyway, so don't worry about it.
You have that happen too? Oh, we're so alike.
Yeah, but I mean, you see how tall these? I mean, yeah.
And then Gus just awkwardly
Listen, you know-
wedges himself between two crates because there's not enough room for his bulk.
All
right, so,
they're in like Slav squats in between some crates because he's too cool.
Cool. Only the coolest men squad.
As Drunk Fat Ninja points out,
got that
2
green
horny
blood.
boys.
Oh, 2 horny boys.
boys.
Just 2 horny boys sitting on the back of the truck with a hobgoblin. As it stands, we've got Nuna, Sloan, and Marayoth in the cab with Private Glocka, and Ketch, Gus, and Shank on the trailer, which is similarly an open bed kind of deal, with the crates sort of piled and on, like there's rails on the side. So it's an open air, but the crates are not in danger of falling off.
Okay.
I had another goof.
Oh, go for it, Les.
So Auntie Nuna obviously is the one who picks the station, like the radio station. And so she often tunes it to music from her youth, makes magic. But she was also into heavy metal. So like, imagine like this old lady going, "Ah, yes, this makes me nostalgic." And it's just like
Death metal.
sorry, done.
Yeah.
All right. On the trip, Marayoth will really is very clearly uncomfortable with this hobgoblin, and to mask their discomfort, they'll just ask them a whole bunch of questions. Who they are, how they got started to work at this company, what their favorite flavor of ice cream is.
What they named
It's
the
all
first
the icebreaker
vehicle.
questions that we've.
They named their first vehicle, yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite
What
dessert.
game they would bring to game night, like that kind of thing. Yeah, totally.
Brulee, obviously.
Yes, to game night. So you get 1-word answers out of them at best, where they'll just sort of keep their eyes straight ahead at the road, partially because they don't quite know how to address Marayoth, but also because they just don't want to talk to you.
The answer is they them. You can point your eyes at whichever part of the swarm feels most comfortable to you. Because we all have eyes. However, not all of us can see equally well.
I'm not comfortable looking at Marayoth at all anymore.
Thousands of compound eyes staring back at you unblinkingly.
We also do not have eyelids, yes.
Ninja has tempted out another pup date with a reroll for Leif.
Update. Check it out, guys. Oh my god. An absolute unit.
Oh my god. So soft.
Look at the paws. Look at
Those
the
paws.
face.
Those paws are massive.
Oh,
Also,
man.
since he's getting one-word answers, that severely limits his ice cream flavors that he can tell him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like pie. It's like, what's your favorite dessert? Pie.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any of the complex
Kind
flavors.
Eye.
So these are this is the scene as you all are driving up the mountain. Marayoth just awkwardly interacting with, trying to interact with the hobgoblin to make themselves less uncomfortable. Only making the hobgoblin more uncomfortable, ironically.
Oh yeah, it's real counterproductive.
Yeah, it's great. So you all are driving for an hour or so as the sun continues setting behind the mountains, following a winding path up the mountain. The paths are steep and narrow at times, but overall seem fairly well maintained. So you come up on the turnoff that the mysterious hobgoblin, who wasn't a hobgoblin maybe, gave you. As you make the turn, Glocka speaks up. Presuming you make the turn.
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. Glocka speaks up. Hey, what are you doing? You're taking us the wrong way. Her hand goes to her weapon. We smash cut to the cargo trailer. Shank similarly looks to the others, so Ketch and Gus in the trailer, before radioing up to Glocka, which you all hear. What's going on up there? Meanwhile, the truck that was following you continues to do so, narrowly, skidding, making the unexpected turn without flipping their rig. What do you all do?
Nice of
Is
them to
this
follow.
not the right way? Oh, my bad. We'll just look for a spot to turn around. 26 on the bluff check.
All right. Who's in the trailer? Glocka. Glocka will settle back down into their seat and say, we are... Okay. Hopefully there will be a turnaround soon.
Yeah, it takes some space to turn this truck around. I'm not doing an 18-point turn in the middle of the road here.
Narrow mountain passages. Hopefully there will be a place to back in. Safety first.
Shank, meanwhile, Shank in the back of on the trailer, Ketch and Gus, you can hear over Shank's radio. He's got like one of the big chunky boys, not like an in armor unit. That's what I'm imagining. Shank gets a message from the truck behind them, the second hover truck, saying, Private Shank, Private Glocka, hang tight, we are calling for reinforcements. This is an unacceptable deviation from the original plan. We will intercept your trucks. So they both look at their respective shippers, free-flying traders. So they look like they're going to be trouble. What do you all do?
Well, reinforcements won't be necessary. Don't tell them not to waste their time.
Did Ketch hear this?
Yes, Ketch heard this.
Ah, wonderful. Ketch just kind of smiles and nods, and are we on a map yet? I need to know how close I am to this guy.
Well, let me give you a map. I can give you a map.
Because unless there's some secret choice I'm not getting here. Yes.
If this is leading you towards a fight, then that is fine.
I'm sure Ketch is like what over here.
Yeah, look at this road. It's impossible
that's
to turn
fair.
around.
Yeah, so Ketch just kind of smiles and nods, and then he pulls his gun and shoots at the hobgoblin outside with him.
Well, hold on. It sounded like Sloan was trying to convince them to call off the reinforcements.
Yeah,
Did that
hold
plan
on.
work?
Yeah.
I mean, but Ketch is not in the cab with Sloan, right?
That's true.
Indeed not.
Yeah. No, I think this is just fine, Leif. And I don't just say that because I'm the GM. And I want to instigate violence here. So...
Father,
Sorry.
Father, I crave violence.
I crave violence.
So, Ketch, you pull your weapon on Private Shank, and they cry out, the radio up, as they. I'll tell you what, you can shoot them, but in this surprise round, if you will, they will radio up to Private Glocka to warn Glocka what's happening here. So, Ketch, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Oh, I like that starting attack. 23 to hit
Big bad 23 to hit.
for 8 fire damage.
All right, 8 fire damage as laser fire sort of rings out on the cargo trailer, and we are going to be in initiative, my friends. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh no.
Nick, you want me to roll initiative for you?
Oh, I was just pacing.
Oh, I see.
My condo isn't big enough that I can go that far.
Fair enough.
Initiative.
Not very paceable.
The pacing's off.
Oh.
I'd only managed to pace as far as the bedroom door.
That's a pretty good pace. Nuna, Ketch, Marayoth, Gus, Sloan, Private Glocka. All right. So, we are in initiative order with, once again, Star Child of Initiative, Marayoth. I think you've gone first in every single fight so far this AP.
Literal Star Child.
I'm an operative at heart. I cannot lose initiative. Marath, as the radio, as the red hobgoblin says through the radio, Private, we're being attacked by the truckers. Marath will swirl upsettedly and kind of in a panic glow with purple and shoot towards this hobgoblin. And I know at the beginning of this episode I said I wouldn't use it this level, but I feel like a push would be very appropriate here.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I think you should just wrap
Right.
yourself around the hobgoblin's face,
That's not mechanically something that would happen.
right? But
You could grapple.
story-wise, it would be so great.
It would be very
God.
distracting, yes.
It'd be
Well, just
so
a bull
distracting.
rush, right?
Swarm of bees.
Bull Rush is, as long as that's something you can do with your agile wavelengths, then yeah, there's no problem with that.
It's all combat maneuvers as far as I can tell.
Then there you go. I will tell you that door is not open though.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, so to be clear, the cab that you are in has a clear glass window on the front of it, called the windshield by some. And then there are doors to either side with a closed cab. So
I think this might
Okay,
be the first time
I've-
we've actually encountered glass in Starfinder, guys. It's
yeah, I know
always-
normally it's
Sorry,
transparent aluminum,
That's
right?
transparent aluminum.
Okay. No, I can work with this. Marath will send a comm message to Auntie Nuna. Could you open the door behind the hobgoblin, please?
Oh Jesus.
And delay.
Okay. Marayoth delays until presumably after Auntie Nuna. Gus Barrett
Wow.
Sinclair.
I guess I would follow up on Catch's cue. If Catch just shot, Gus is going to clamber over a box and attempt to headbutt the guy with his horns.
Okay.
I presume that I could get up here.
Yeah, so the crates we're gonna call difficult terrain.
Okay.
But are otherwise, and yeah. So
and I'm moving in,
uh,
so I don't need to guarded steps. I'm not moving through, I'm moving into.
Yes. One more clarifying point. The boxes will also count. If there's a box between you and somebody else, they will count as cover. Cover is the one that gives a +2, correct?
Okay.
And then soft cover is the one that's a +4.
I think so.
I can never remember because
That
we
sounds
decided that
right.
we needed three different versions of cover that don't make sense to me. They just don't stick in my brain for some reason. Gus, do your
You
headbutt.
would think that soft cover wouldn't be as effective as cover.
Yeah, because
Right.
soft is like soft.
No. Cover is 4. Cover is 4. Soft cover is 4. Partial cover is 2.
Okay.
Improved cover is 8.
So many covers.
Partial.
All right.
But still,
Four
does make a good
covers.
point. I could just
So
say
so
+2.
so Gus
Yeah.
Gus
Yeah,
moves
just say your
forward. Gus moves forward and he like shimmies up on top of the box awkwardly, and he's kind of laying on his tummy, and he goes, "Bam!" with his horns right at the guy.
All right.
I've gotten so
Make
much
that a
use out of
attack
these
roll.
horns, and I never really expected to use them.
Oh my God!
They're
with a
great.
21 to hit. That's a heck of a hit. That +2 Bab really showing up today. With 5 points of piercing damage to Private Shank, who has been shot with laser fire and then headbutted by somebody's horns. Shank's having a bad day.
I just realized my hat might be
and-
damaged. No.
Catch.
Oh,
It's
we're
your
back
turn.
to Catch. All right. So Catch will thank the GM for the kindly use of the weapon before the move action, and then we'll use the move action to stabilize and then fire. Another 23 to hit, but this time it's for minimum damage. Gus,
Yeah.
down, in front! It shoots like the goblin's tip of its ear off.
Yeah.
In the box, poor Gus.
The goblin howls in pain as the tip of his ear does indeed get shot off, which is all that 1 point of fire damage is really going to do. All right.
Equivalent to a tortilla chip in the gums, because that's 1 point of damage, right?
Oof.
Definitely
Ow.
believe
Yeah,
it.
that's
Oh, I
two.
hate it. Oh, how dare you bring this feeling
Sorry,
to
I
my
even
mind.
said it.
Auntie Nuna.
Auntie Nuna will reach behind her and open the door.
Is that a move action or is that a standard?
Yes. Yeah, we'll call it a move action to open the door.
Although it doesn't really matter because her other action will be
All. Go ahead, you. Go ahead, young'uns.
and that's going to be get him with a move action. So enjoy a +1 for the rest of the round.
Nice.
Private clock.
Wrath will try a bull rush. So this is a +2 from.
radio.
That seems
Ooh,
hard.
If
spicy.
you bull rush them, the radio's probably going to smash when they land however far down they land.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long drop.
Don't worry, there's another one on the barge.
Yeah, that one. Also, you should absolutely yell that to Marath as if this works. That seems appropriate. So this is a +2 for the agile wavelength and a +1 for get him, but then has to be 8 over because.
Yes.
Never mind.
All right. So yeah, pretty poor roll.
Hey,
to be
you
fair,
can use my
the roll
reroll
was
if you
not-
want.
Is it worth it? This is a cool idea, but a low probability of success.
It's so worth it if
As
it
well.
works.
It seems cool, Simon.
All right, if the party is on board with using the reroll, I will use the reroll.
I don't hear any objections. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a much better roll. Okay, so that's a 28 versus
Spicy.
8 over the KAC.
This may surprise you, but their KAC as CR1 creatures is not 20. That's bad. That's really bad for Private Glocka, who, as your truck is speeding down the high, maybe not speeding, but going like probably 30, 35 miles an hour down this mountain pass. To the left of your truck, I feel it is important to note, there is a tall mountain. To the right of your truck, however, there is nothing but a 50-foot drop down an
Into
icy
water.
slope. Not water. It looks like water, but it's actually just like ice.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
Hard water.
It's hard water.
It's real worse. It is technically water. Water in a solid state. So Private Glocka is pushed 5 feet out and promptly falls down the cliff with nothing more than a surprised scream.
Wilhelm.
I don't have Sirenscape.
I don't have Sirenscape. I don't have these powers. Here, give me a second.
Oh gosh.
Just play it in your mind's ear.
All right, we'll do. Morale swirls very upsettedly. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well done, Maria.
Yeah, just
That was very nicely done.
Do you think he is okay?
No,
God
we're
bless.
also not okay. We needed that radio.
Oh,
it
we're
is now
sorry.
Storm Rider's turn.
Well,
Oh, thank you, Leif.
yep, that's the sound. The hobgoblin going over the
Can you
cliff.
tell it to Loop what's going on?
Just looping endless Wilhelm screams. Oh no.
Yeah, I got nothing. Mariath took my
Yeah,
radio and pushed it out of the.
Morant took your only target.
I
Took
I was gonna radio and say everything is fine here, but
Oh yeah, you were gonna pull a Han Solo. We're all,
Here, how
we're
are
all
you?
fine here. How are you? Yeah, they totally would have done
yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I could have delayed it one more turn since he still doesn't have a turn.
I apologize,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to call it lay it as rolled at this point.
yeah,
That's fine.
you
Yeah,
grabbed the radio and you didn't.
yeah, it happens. It was call it a split-second decision. They happened at the same time. So, Sloane.
Marioth, perhaps you could get the other one from the hobgoblin on the truck, on the back.
Now is a good time to mention that there is a small door right here in the back of the cab that will exit onto the cargo rig, the cargo trailer, I should say.
Yeah, I had a move action spare. I could open it with that.
Didn't you activate? Oh no, that doesn't take an activation. I apologize. Yeah, so you could.
There you go.
Okay, so Marath opens the door. The wind whistles through the open passenger side door, through the open back door briefly before the passenger door then slams shut again in the created air pocket or vacuum. Whatever you want to scientifically call it. It slams shut. But the back door is open. Sloane, it is your turn.
I'm driving. Can't
Sloane's driving.
stop driving.
Per vehicle
Sorry, dear.
Per vehicle chase rules, driving is a move action.
Okay, I take a move
so-
action to drive the truck.
Yeah. I just
Two
say
move
this.
actions even. Drive
Oh
the
my
truck.
goodness. Oh, you drive the truck extra good. That truck is really
So
well
good.
driven. So goodly. It's Private Glocka. Oh. It's not Private Glocka's turn. They're not here anymore. Private Shank probably hears Private Glocka go over the side
Okay,
as he Wilhelm screamed, and as she Wilhelm screamed, and says, "Wherever you're taking these weapons, we are going to stop you. If you kill us, there will be more." Before he draws, what does he draw? A standard Tacklash.
Striking
And
down. All right, stronger than before.
yes, of course. Takes a whip, so, just whoosh, at Gus. Gus, I'm sorry?
He's using a bullwhip against a bull person. Is that racist?
Not racist?
Sorry, let's not get into that.
Anyway, 14 versus Gus's KAC, we all know hits. So how about 6 points of slashing damage, Gus?
Ouch.
I wish I didn't get such enjoyment out of having a PC that has 11 AC.
One of these days I'll have heavy armor.
D20.
One of
Yeah,
these days I'll have heavy armor.
Yeah. One of these days, buddy, but it is not this day.
Nope.
This day you're hit. So, 6 points of slashing damage to Gus. And Gus, it is your turn.
Just because I think it's hilarious to try, even if it's not very likely, Gus is going to try and headbutt him again, but to bull rush.
But the radio!
But no one's told Gus the radio.
No, I am so on board with this plan.
It's probably going to fail, but because I have no bonuses.
You're a
And we
full
have
bad
no more
class.
rerolls.
You could roll real well.
I could. But that's not. They definitely don't have
Those
a
people,
9.
Batman.
Not real well.
No, that does kill people, Batman. So Gus goes for the bull rush. Once again, a little on the nose, don't you think? And then, but misses as Private Shank sort of ducks out of the way behind the crate that they're standing next to in that 5-foot space.
And seeing
Move
that
action,
not
Gus?
work, and seeing that not work, Gus will hold out his prosthetic arm, and the nanites will flow into the form of his seismic pick.
The nanites must flow. Excellent. Catch.
He who controls the nanites controls the universe.
True.
Catch, as a move action, utilizes his superior knowledge of weapons to eke just a little more power out of the one he's using, and then fires at the hobgoblin. Oh, that's only a 10 to hit, though.
Oh. You are very close. But close doesn't cut it when it comes to shooting giant Pronkin laser guns.
Yeah.
So,
Catch
That's gonna be a miss.
swears in. Oh, let's pick one this time. Catch swears in Yosoki at his gun. I have so many languages that needs to come out at some point.
Gus understood that one.
Auntie Nuna, it is your turn.
Well, let's see.
I guess Auntie Nuna will get up and move towards that door to the back.
You can probably see the
And-
hobgoblin from where you are, right?
Yeah, she can. So she'll be like, she'll shout,
All right, kid. Be sure to get that hobgoblin, but try to get his radio first.
so enjoy a get 'em.
Excellent.
We will.
Okay. Yep. That. Oh, hair. That get him is got. And Marayoth, it is now your turn.
Marayoth will crawl past Auntie Nuna onto one of these boxes, and I've just had so much success with agile wavelengths. I'll try it again to disarm that radio from the hobgoblin.
Yeah, I mean you've got 100%
Get that
success
radio.
right now. Yeah, if you disarm it, it'll
100%
fall.
success rate.
If you disarm it,
No, I'm unarmed. Goes to my hands.
there you go.
All
You're a Jedi. You're a Jedi swarm.
Awesome.
You're a Jedi, Marioth.
Marayoth.
Ooh, so 22
You're a Jedi,
minus
Mary.
8 is 14. Probably doesn't cut it.
Incredibly, their KAC is 13. So you get that radio.
Radio.
Yes.
We got a radio.
Yes.
What do we do with it?
It immediately gets enveloped by the
Toss
swarm.
it. Toss it here.
All right, the radio is sucked up by the swarm and then passed through to the other side into the captain's lap.
So it can't go to the captain because you spent a move action to go to the door and then a standard action
Oh,
to
you're right.
get there.
It is
So-
held out on
But yeah, you can hold it
Yeah,
out
you can-
on the north side.
Lazy
You can
train.
hold it out.
Lazy train.
No lazy train.
What is
Lazy
lazy train?
He passes
Ex-
it. Passes it. Passes it to me. Lazy train.
But
So I feel like I should mention here that one of the things that Simon and a friend of ours would do back in college was one of them would reach their hand out towards an object that was on the other side of the room and say, "Force powers!" And it was the other person's job to pick up that object and go whoosh and bring it to that person's outstretched hand.
I
done.
recognize this. This is something
yes.
that I have done as well.
this
Simon,
is
this makes me like
the
you more.
universal thing.
Turns out
Yes,
we too
yes.
are nerds.
Yes, go
Weird.
figure.
What? No.
Oh.
I don't believe that one can just pass items as a free action, so I'm not going to let that be a thing. Unless you can find me a rule that says otherwise.
Hand off, but taking it is what takes the action.
Okay, so Marayoth is poised. Marayoth is poised to hand it off, which is fine, but it does take an action to pass things. What kind of action? I don't know exactly. I want to say
look it up in between turns.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Goblin's turn now, then. Oh no, it's
nope. It is Sloane's turn. Yes.
I see. That's why you were asking. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm nearly at the bottom of the round. I will just keep driving. I know you put a note here that I can spend an action to race, but I really don't want to lose the other truck. So.
Yeah. That is a. Funnily enough, that's for a different vehicle combat. Don't even worry about that. It's probably fine. So.
See nothing.
Sloane keeps driving.
Yep.
Private Shank is going to keep whipping. They're going to make a full attack at Gus.
Sloane keeps driving, so works it out.
Ooh, a 16 versus KAC for 6 points of slashing damage, Gus. Followed... You are muted.
Sorry. I am going to use my reaction.
Ooh.
Please do.
I'm going to use Defensive Dispersal. I'm going to use up one of my nanite surges for the day. I'm down to 1. Makes me unhappy. And I am going to protect myself with my nanites and create a temporary barrier or even cause part of my body to temporarily disperse. I think I'm going to go with the second option. I think part of my body just goes in a sort of a fluid fashion as this whip hits me. And I am going to resist 4 of that 6 damage.
Dang.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Dang you.
Very, very neat. So, okay, and then, so...
Catch's jaw just kind of, like, drops. He, like... Kind of, like, does the head shake a little bit. Maybe his head,
right?
like, maybe his head swears off, alcohol for at least until the end of combat.
All right, and then the second attack, Gus, was an 8. So that one misses.
What a treat.
Yeah, you love to see it when Gus doesn't get hit by something. Gus, it's your turn. So your body recorporates as the whip passes through you. After the whip passes through you, and then what would you like to do?
Gus is going to retaliate by full attacking with his seismic pick. Is what's going to happen.
All right,
Like you do.
Like I do.
you do.
And while I'm selecting things and pushing buttons, I want to say to this day, I still wave my hand in a these aren't the droids you're looking for fashion to self-opening doors.
Yes.
The first one is a 6 and will miss. The 16 will probably hit versus EAC.
Yes, it will. This hobgoblin is hanging on by a thread as Private Shank grits his teeth, and just, grits his teeth in pain as your pick digs into his shoulder or something. Catch.
Oh, well, we got to fish for a hit. Oh, well.
Fishing for hit crits.
Does
Crit
12
hits.
hit EAC?
A 12 would hit EAC, if not for the cover that they are experiencing from these crates. So I apologize, but that 12 is going to be a miss.
No, I have something for this. Oh, maybe I don't have something for this yet.
Also, is that 12-12 or is that 12-13 from Get 'em?
Oh!
Yeah, get him.
I don't have my get 'em applied.
So with a +1 from Get 'em, Private Shank's EAC is 11. +2 for cover is 13, so that is going to be a hit as Private Shank collapses to the floor, dropped by Ketch's suppressive laser fire. Sorry, I'm distracted by an echo that I'm getting.
Oh. Yeah, where's that coming from?
Looks like Leif.
It was from Leif, but that's okay. So
We like
Ketch,
him anyway.
yes, yeah, we'll keep him. like EM sounds suspiciously like keep him, which is a problem when you're trying to refer to somebody with they them pronouns, right? So
you're
that is
right.
yeah.
It'd be
It's all
keeper
right.
or keep
I
'em.
understood what you meant, Tom.
Okay, good. Yes.
How do you say keep them?
Intent is 90% of the law and all that. Okay. So, regardless, we are out of combat, my friends. As the Private Shank drops to the floor, his radio goes off once again, saying, "Private Shank, Private Klocka, are you there? Come in."
Marath hurriedly buzzes over to Sloane and puts the radio in her lap.
Sloane puts on her best hobgoblin voice. Yeah, everything's fine here. We're just looking for a spot to turn around. How are you? 16.
16 Bluff. The voice on the other end of the line pauses for a moment and says, "Private Klocka, please give us your authorization code for this message." They're asking for some kind of code.
Is 12 on a Bluff. 4692 Alpha Silo.
The radio is silent. They do not continue responding.
Well,
It'll work.
Boring conversation anyway.
Gus holds up the body of the hobgoblin still on board and by the front of their shirt, and he looks at Ketch. He's like, "What do I do with this? Does it go over, or do you keep it?
Throw him off!
What if they have cool stuff? Do we keep the cool stuff?"
God.
All right, and he just kind of tosses it behind.
Okay,
Won't come out of our loot.
we'll see.
See what happens.
Aim for
Yeah,
the wings
yeah.
on the truck. Wait, don't do that. Nope, we want stuff on that truck.
So yeah,
Imagine
speaking of
he's
that
on
other
that
truck,
foot, so he goes to throw him off, and he throws him onto the mountain, and it bounces off the mountain and back under the truck.
Yeah, because I was picturing him throwing the direction that, like, on the direction that, towards the mountain, because that's the side
yeah.
the body was on. So it's like, boom, it doesn't want to leave us. Does that mean it's ours forever?
God,
Bodies are that bouncy, buddy.
depends on how close you are to the wall, but we'll say that body, I can't believe this is a thing that I'm like adjudicating on in a game. That body bounces off the mountainside and falls to the ground behind you all, on the side.
Come on,
of the
it's
road,
this. You know this party. You've been a part of this party for years.
It's true.
How
I
did you not
have.
expect this?
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
were probably wearing heavy armor, but it's gone now.
Question, there was another truck full of hobgoblins right behind us, right?
So glad you mentioned something, Simon/Marioth. Yes, there is in fact another truck of hobgoblins behind you. They seem content to just be sort of keeping up with you for now, occasionally firing a few laser blasts at y'all, but not in a significant enough way to merit initiative. You're on 2 trucks driving up the side of a mountain. Everybody's just worried about not driving off right now.
Man, I should have kept the body and Weekend of Bernie's it.
Hello. Stupid y'all think that hobgoblins are, but like...
No, Gus isn't smart. Gus isn't smart. I don't think it would work. Gus thinks it would work.
Yeah,
It could work.
So, you all get some time on the road. Call it 10 minutes if you would like to spend a resolve point to regain stamina. Gus!
Yes, I would.
I am down to 1 RP now.
Yeah, that's a scary... any adventuring day is a long adventuring day when you only have 2 or 3 RP, am I right?
Right?
So, yes. After about 10 minutes of tense driving, the truck behind you keeping close pace, you hear the telltale sound of whirring blades cutting the air. Soon after you hear them, you see 2 entercopters swooping down on your position.
Oh no.
One flies up alongside your truck's cargo rig, while the other matches pace with your truck while flying backwards. It's very cool. As cables drop down from the entercopter alongside your cargo rig, we're going to jump right back into initiative order as hobgoblins begin descending from
new or
the entercopter. I have cleared the initiative, so yes, this is 10 minutes later. It's a new fight.
Tom, I have one quick question.
Of course.
Is it exactly 10 minutes later, or would we also have had enough time to try and treat deadly wounds? Because that takes 1 minute.
here. No, you know what? Ketch didn't need a rest. Ketch will try that if you mention something to him.
Well, I would appreciate it.
That can be done during your 10-minute rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
is there any way I could aid? Because I now have medicine.
In this case, it's not going to matter. Well,
it's only a
DC? 25 at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not going to cut it.
Thanks for trying.
Well, come on.
Thanks for
Hold
playing.
on. Do I get bonuses from the med kit, or does that just mean I get to?
It sets your DC.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's a terribly hard DC at level 1 and 2. What's up, Liz?
So, Auntie Nuna looks at the crates speculatively. Would she be able to pop one open and perhaps get herself a bit more firepower?
Sure. I'm happy that you thought of that thing. Yes. Let me.
That's why Ketch failed his medicine check. He was almost done, and then Auntie Nuna pops open a crate of guns, and he's like, "Ooh, what you doing? Open one of those crates of guns."
I'm just setting up some things on our token layer here. All right. So, at the start of combat, so Liz, do you think that Auntie Nuna would have done this before combat started, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, she would have been like, "Oh,
All right. Now to assess our situation. What resources are we working with?
So inside this crate, you find it is tactical infinity rifles and Mark II frag grenades.
ooh, grenades."
Yes. Now remember that you're on a tiny, tiny cargo truck.
Full of grenades, presumably.
Packed full of grenades. Now remember, just because you throw a grenade at a grenade doesn't mean the second grenade explodes too. It just means that the grenade breaks in Starfinder rules.
Yeah.
Still. So when you open the crate, yes, there are dozens upon dozens of tactical infinity rifles and frag grenades Mark II. Notably, the infinity rifles do not have batteries in them.
I definitely didn't roll that. Nobody needed to bother seeing me rolling that.
Well, since
Also-
what?
Auntie Nuna can't use rifles anyway, she'll grab a couple grenades. She'll also,
Okay.
call attention to the rest,
Okay, so Auntie Nuna is up a few frag grenades Mark II, and we will get going as I roll initiative. I need a bunch of initiatives. I was distracted doing.
Hobgoblins.
There's a lot of hobgoblins here, friends. For those of our dear listeners at home, hobgoblins. So
They're up to number
I
pink.
roll that.
Gus needs to steal one of these rifles.
Yeah.
His nanites are hungry.
Oh, his nanites hunger. Father, we crave UPBs. All right.
All right, wait.
That
we
is
actually
5 hobgoblins.
Consume anything in the crates, guys.
Just one rifle. No one will miss it.
Just one little rifle.
Some yarrow berries. It can't hurt, right? Tom's not mean. He won't. Oh no. He took away 10 credits.
Fine.
No.
The goof was worth it, Tom. The goof was worth it.
They better be good yarrow
Group is
berries.
worth 10 credits.
Those yarrow berries are like a Mark I serum of healing, right?
No. They were just for the goof. So
All you got was a
let's
goof.
explain
Oof,
let's
tax,
explain
I
a
got
few
it.
things. But that's what we're here for. Anyway, isn't it? We love goofs here at Non-Standard Action. So this is going to be treated like a modified vehicle chase kind of thing. In that there's not a lot of. We're not going to use many of the vehicle chase actions that one can take in a proper vehicle chase. But at every start of round, drivers must make a DC 14 piloting check, or everyone on your truck will be flat-footed as various, flavorful things happen. Pilots can spend a move action to race each round. All vehicles during this chase are moving at full speed, which mechanically speaking means that this imparts a -4 penalty to any attack rolls against anyone not on your vehicle. This is waived for anybody that is standing on your vehicle. And that's all you need to know. I have a bunch more notes on the GM layer on my map for myself, but those will come up as things happen. So, let's get started, shall we? Hobgoblin Trooper Purple is going to... you remember when I said the windshield was glass?
Oh god, no!
Hobgoblin Trooper Purple is going to take a shot at Sloane.
I mean, this sounds like a bad idea on their part. I thought they wanted these guns.
Now it's personal.
So,
We're
for
straight
some
up doing
reason,
American Ninja.
Roll20 is giving me trouble opening their character sheet. There we go. All right, so they shoot at you with a laser rifle. So the laser will go right through your windshield. That, my friends, is a critical hit versus Sloane. To open off the combat, that is 10 points of fire damage, Sloane.
Wow.
And you are burning 1d6.
Ow.
So this, we'll say the windshield refracts the laser in just such a way that it magnifies it and just hits Sloane's center mass, catching her briefly ablaze. So on your turn, we will give you a little fire damage.
Yep.
Yep.
Reflex save.
Yes, yeah, the fire damage and then the reflex save at the end of your turn will be equal to 10 plus the number of damage you took. But that's for a later date. Ketch, you are up.
Ketch definitely was ready for combat, seeing these intercopters come up, so he was already gripping his weapon properly.
Yeah,
but he will move up here, take cover against these guys in the back, and fire at Orange.
Okay. L'Orange.
16 to hit EAC.
That is going to be a big hit on this Hobgoblin Trooper.
Or 9 damage. All right.
9 points of fire damage. Excellent. So, scrolling up my initiative meter. Gus! This is a full initiative meter, my friends. Gus, what do you do? You see some hobgoblins on the back of your truck.
Yeah, Gus is going to try and move towards them. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yay for having a 40-foot movement speed. Gus moves forward and just starts clambering across the boxes. Can he still have his pick out? Or
Yeah. Do you think Gus would have dismissed it?
I feel like he probably would have immediately after combat, but how much warning did we have about these intercopters coming to us?
I tell you what, if Ketch had time to grip his weapon properly, then you have time to summon your pick.
Then Gus would swing once at Orange with the pick. I need to make sure get him is off and activate an attack. Go! 16 versus EAC for 7 sonic damage.
Ooh, a big meaty seismic pick hit on Orange, who has already taken 8 fire damage. So Orange drops down and, gets already, oh yeah, shock trooper, we're gonna get him. And then promptly gets just clobbered by a couple hits. Sloane Rider, you are on fire. And I don't mean in the good sense. However, you are an Aasimar. Do you have fire resistance? Or is that one of the few resistances?
That's tiefling.
Yeah. All right, so Sloane.
Fire.
Yeah. Sloane takes 3 points of fire damage, my friend, and you are going to make a reflex save at the end of your turn. What would Sloane like to do? You may.
Well, first, I have to make a piloting check, right?
Yeah, that technically had to happen at the start of the round, but you can do it right now because I forgot, not you. Yeah, you're fine. So your truck is not flat-footed. All right. So that's your. You spend your move action to race this round.
Probably can spend a move action to race.
That's true. However, the intent here is that you are racing. You're driving down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, presumably, if we stop the truck, like they'll catch up, right?
The other one will back
Yeah,
into us
yeah.
and everything will explode.
Yes, which isn't a great end and sounds really expensive for new character art.
All right. So my move action is spent driving, but I'll take a shot at that purple one that is sitting on fire. An 11.
An 11 versus EAC. -4 for the penalty for shooting at somebody that's not on your vehicle is going to be a miss, sadly.
I guess mine's fire and not a laser, so.
Is it double check if it's in the laser category, because I feel like the Illuminator Mercy Pistol might be, but I might be wrong.
It might be.
Yeah, but double check on your off turn.
It's a miss anyway, so it's not a big...
Yeah, either way. For now, go ahead and roll me
I
that reflex save.
Yes.
Oh!
Which is fine. I am not on fire anymore.
Yep.
Yay!
That's a nat 20 from Sloan Rider. All right. So, Hobgoblin Trooper Yellow is just going to, is piloting Entercopter number 2, which is hovering on the left side of the truck, is just going to maintain their piloting for this round. Hobgoblin Trooper Orange, meanwhile, is going to pull out Attack Lash and swing at Gus Barrett Sinclair. That is a 21 to hit Gus for 4 points of slashing damage. We are on to Auntie Nuna.
All right. Well, Auntie Nuna would like to leave via this back door, hop up onto the crate, and then jump over to this crate so that she can see over the cab and into the Entercopter ahead of them.
Okay. I like that.
Okay. And then, so 3 of her hands, she's left one free, are bristling with grenades. And she's gonna chuck one into the Entercopter ahead of her. So that has a range of 20 feet.
Okay. So you need to hit the Entercopter. Yeah, you know what? We'll say that this Entercopter is hovering sideways to allow the because I imagine them as sort of open like open sides helicopter kind of deal. So we'll say that this guy is like this is an opening right here, and instead Pink is sitting here piloting, keeping it sort of
it's kind of
steady. I am a very kind and benevolent GM.
Let it be known.
Yes, let it be written. Yes. So that means that, yeah, sure, I'll let you throw a grenade in there. The 15, even with the -4, because you're technically targeting, it's the same kind of thing, you're targeting somebody, in this case something, on a different vehicle, namely the grid intersection. So you lob the grenade in there, it's a frag grenade, it's going to hit everybody in that cockpit no matter where I put the Pink Hobgoblin, let it be noted. Because frag grenades have like a, 15-foot radius?
Yes,
so that is going to be a reflex save from both of them. Liz, tell me, what is the level of a frag grenade Mark II? Do you know off the top of your head or from looking it up?
I have it up. Let me just kind of... 4. Level 4.
Okay. So, Fleem, purple.
Sorry. Wait.
So it's DC for this is 10 plus half level of weapon, which is 2, plus your dexterity modifier. Auntie Nuna, what's your dexterity modifier?
That would be 2.
Okay. So this is DC 14. Purple is going to make it for half damage. And let's see, Pink. Where'd the reflex save go? There. Ooh, but Pink is going to fail. The pilot takes full 6 points of piercing damage, while Purple manages to, I don't know how one avoids a grenade thrown into one's entercopter as one leans out a door, but they manage it somehow.
They swing out, like they grab the side of the door and they swing to the outside of the thing, and then they swing back in.
Yeah. Excellent.
You can't have the bad guys be badass. Bad prong.
Look.
All right, so that's Auntie Nuna's turn. Sloan, you see Auntie Nuna slip out of the back door, and then all of a sudden you see a small explosion, poof, from the entercopter ahead of you.
And you go, yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
Maria.
Marias will, but slightly slower in a moment, rotating towards Auntie Nuna and expressing confusion, but then aim towards the same helicopter that she was aiming towards, and maybe either crawl/fly up such that they can also see into that northern intercopter, and then shoot at the pilot.
Okay. Yeah, you can get the 10. You can get 10 feet up with your 20-foot fly speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got the fly speed for it. Go ahead.
Cool. Yes, but not the attack roll.
Not the attack roll, sadly. Level 2, not much better than level 1 in terms of attack roll.
The helicopter is bobbing and weaving. It's very difficult to get that shot in.
Yeah, that's effectively a 5 on the attack roll with that minus. Oh, that was a natural toot.
Yes, trying really hard not to be that person, but I'm also like my rules curiosity is tingling. How does flying work on a moving vehicle during a chase?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Cinematically, Leif is the answer.
Cinematically, yes. I would also offer that when you're traveling at a certain speed and you toss a ball into the air, the ball is traveling forward, like while you're in a car, right? I wondered this as a kid. So, I would be like, why doesn't this ball hit me in the face? Because the ball started at going forward at the same speed and there's no air resistance. Now, this is different. But Marayoth also has a supernatural fly speed. I'm willing to give it to them that through a combination of aerodynamics and the fact that they're just a swarm of bugs, they can fly up there and make the shot.
It's not supernatural, but yeah, we can. I guess the bus is sort of blocking some of the wind, right? That could explain some of it too.
Yeah.
My thing, Tom, was as someone who drives a large vehicle that can move laterally in tight corners, Pink would probably be facing the wall because that way he can see how far he is from the wall because there's nothing behind him if he's facing the wall. Okay. I don't know if that would change things. But
it wouldn't change things. I'll do that instead. That is fine. Okay, speaking of Pink, it is Pink's turn. They are just going to similarly focus on maintaining their course next to you all. And as Jet says, keeping an eye on the wall. And then who do I have down here? Green! Green is going to pull a laser rifle as they move over to this crate on the very edge of the back of the cargo trailer. And they're going to take a shot at Ketch.
Hey, don't do that. That's my friend.
Oh, although can I? Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
So they're not going to do that. They're over here. But Gus is in the way. They're willing to take that. So they'll go 5, 10, 20. They get right next to Gus. Gus may take an attack of opportunity, yes.
There we go. Yeah. Excitement. Anticlimactic.
That's an 8 on the attack roll for a big whiff. And Green deftly dodges your seismic pick and is going to pull a grenade out of their pocket instead as they then lob it over here at Ketch. This is... You'll see what it is in a second. Oh, you won't, but I'll read it off to you. This is a sticky bomb grenade, because my rolls are hidden, that's the goof. So, sticky bomb grenade, it's at a radius of 10 feet, so they are targeting this grid intersection. It will catch, and Auntie Nuna.
No.
Undecided on whether it will hit Marayoth or not, because it's a 10-foot radius.
Oddly.
Yeah.
How far up is he?
Not that far. I mean, like, just,
Yeah, they're
just
like-
as far up as Nuna is, right?
Nuna. So that's right. So yes,
then it
all
would
three
hit-
of you
yeah.
are going to need to make me a reflex save.
All
I
right.
already rolled a 16.
Ooh, so that's a grenade
Catch has
against
got a 16.
ain't it?
Oh.
It is,
Auntie
but it
Nuna
doesn't
rolled a
actually.
9.
In this case, it doesn't do damage.
Oh.
Auntie Nuna rolled a
Thank
9, so Nuna is the only one that is going to get caught in this white sticky substance, strands of, like spider. I imagine it as like Spider-Man spiderweb kind of thing. Just bursts out of
Oh,
this
God.
grenade. This
And
is a
now I'm
sticky bomb
thinking of-
grenade.
I'll have to post it in the Discord. Keep going.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. You are entangled for 6 rounds. Auntie Nuna. Yeah, I rolled pretty well on that 2d4.
Catch combat banters. Hey, yo, what the heck, man?
And that is the
So,
hobgoblin.
So if I'm
Yes, Liz.
okay, thank you. Got it. Never mind. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And it is Hobgoblin Trooper Purple. Wait.
That one.
Oh, okay. I added the round after. I was like, wait a second. Yes, Hobgoblin Trooper Purple has not been hit by anybody yet. By Sloan yet. Has been hit by Auntie Nuna. Weighs his odds. We're gonna roll d6 here to see who he targets. That is going to be Marayoth. Marayoth, please take a 24 to hit your EAC for 3 points of fire damage.
And he's taking the -4 on the... okay.
A 20 versus your EAC. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. That still hits though.
yeah.
Fire
Yeah.
damage, And it was how much damage? Sorry.
3. That's okay.
Got it.
Consistency
3
is
points.
important.
Yes, absolutely. This is round 2 also. So before that happened, in fact, we'll say it happens now. Rock and snow, perhaps dislodged by the weapons fire and some of the misses that are going on here, cascades down the side of the mountain and onto your truck. Everyone not in the cabin, please make me a reflex saving throw. And I will make this for my hobgoblins as well.
us.
I am obviously super good at this. I have the best reflexes of any noir.
Yep.
Oh wow, I do. I super do.
Wow.
That's the
All
third
right,
nat
so
20 I've rolled this session.
this is for orange.
Can crit succeed on saves? So
For green.
I'm a dodgy boy.
Oh boy, the
Okay.
hobgoblins aren't.
Do I need a +1?
Let me tell you. I will tell you.
I rolled a 14.
This was a DC 12 saving throw. Oh, you are going to. You all made it. Right?
Did Nuna?
We-
Nuna didn't.
Nuna
Auntie
did
Nuna
not.
needs
Nuna
2
did not.
+1s if we got those.
Ooh, Auntie
We have
Nuna.
any?
Auntie Nuna rolled a 10 because being
No,
entangled messes up your reflex saves.
Oh, you would have gotten it too. That's so
yeah,
sad.
Sad.
So Nuna is going to have her bad day is going to compound now, as
Oh, no.
anybody who failed is going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. So I have good news. That is both of the hobgoblins that are currently on your truck as well. I have some bad news. You are also staggered for 1 round.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Also
so
mostly hobgoblins on our truck.
it is, yes. You can take a single move action or standard action each round, but not both, nor can you take full actions. You can still take swift actions but not reactions. That's a lot of actions that I just said. But luckily it is written there in our dice roller as well. So, Ketch. Purple did take their turn. And Ketch, it is now your turn.
Oh, yeah.
My piloting
Okay.
check for the top of the round for you.
Thank you, Nick. I saw that. You are fine. Nobody is flat-footed on the truck.
Excellent. So Ketch goes ahead and utilizes this moment of weakness as the goblins are both staggered, takes aim at like a critical point on the goblin, activates their superior firepower, and fires, and yes, gets a 20 to hit EAC for 5 damage. Against green, I should specify. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm muted. I muted myself. Palpable hit is what I was saying. I was praising Leif, but now we'll never hear it. So that's 5 points of.
Just like my father.
Oh no!
No.
That was a very
Five-
Gus thing to say.
I'm kidding.
5 points of fire damage into green, and we move on to Gus. Gus.
Yeah, I don't like this. Full attack at orange.
You may.
Seismic pick, go.
Seismic pick, I choose you!
I roll poorly.
You
Very
did roll
poorly.
fairly poorly.
Swift action.
If you splash, it was ineffective.
Yeah,
That was a full action. I can't do a swift. Damn it.
correct. Yeah. I apologize, my friend.
No,
we
that was
are
on me.
on to Sloan Rider.
Nice.
Lone driver.
Sloan Driver, yes.
My for those who are curious, my mercy pistol is a flame weapon. Although I think this is a miscategorization because it fires a concentrated blast of light wave. But we'll roll
Sounds
with
like
it.
a laser weapon.
That sounds like a laser weapon, and I am a very kind and benevolent GM.
We could.
I am
I'm
willing.
fine with rules as written.
Okay.
I just think it's an interesting bit of trivia. What I am going to do is I'm going to attempt to speed up because I want us to not be behind this entercopter anymore.
Interesting.
Hopefully Tom
Okay.
has our vehicle's item level handy. DC is 17.
This
plus our
is a
vehicle's items level.
this is a hover truck, which it is listed in the AP. I just need to find it.
Find it.
Are you?
I think it's a.
Are you
but
ramming
we
the
rolled in
entercopter?
that, and that is only an 11. Oh
So
no.
the entercopter is 15 feet up, to clarify. So you would be able to get right underneath them. However, that is only an 11, a natural toot.
And I failed by 5 or more. So I actually don't move forward at all, which means that other truck doesn't either. Unless it rams us.
Yes, so that other truck is going to, we'll say, at this point of the round, they're going to slam on the brakes. This is uncharted territory. Normally, vehicle chases don't happen in initiative order with fighters. So we're going to roll with it. They slam on the brakes, but they do bump into your truck, causing, crumpling your fender a little bit. But this is going to result in everybody on the truck being flat-footed for 1 round.
Even
and that
me?
will, even you. You are on the
Especially me, I
truck.
guess.
Catch just.
Yeah.
Hey, watch it! Who taught you to drive?
Already low AC is now low.
Jersey drivers.
Resemble that remark. I'm actually the only person in New Jersey who knows how to drive well, obviously.
Everyone is the only person in
and
New Jersey who knows how to
Ask
drive.
anybody else in New Jersey and they'll tell you the same thing. So, all right, Sloan, so that was your turn, correct?
That was my turn.
All right, you have given everybody the gift of flat-footedness. Yellow.
I'm sorry.
Small benefit, it does target both of the hobgoblins that are on your truck as well. So do with that what you will. Hobgoblin Trooper the Yellow is going to continue maintaining their course once again. They have passed their piloting check. Orange, in the meantime, lucky to be here, is going to move. If he moves, he can't attack because he's staggered. I didn't forget. He's going to instead Tacklash Gus once.
No!
Gus, that is going to be a 24 to hit. It was this close to a critical hit. That is 6 points of slashing damage, my friend.
That was very close to being triple my armor class now that I'm flat-footed.
Oh god.
How much damage did you say? 6?
6.
There we go.
Okay, so that is a good hit on my friend Gus. Auntie Nuna, you
All
are
right.
staggered. You are entangled. You are flat-footed. You're not having a great day.
True, but on the upside, I don't need to do anything in order to make sure that I can guide my friends to hitting. Do we want orange or do we want green?
We were trying to hit the pilot.
Yeah.
I think that's still within
I was
60
aiming
feet.
for. Oh, I was going for the pink one.
Oh, pink?
We got it back here, Auntie.
All right, cool.
Marriott, I'm afraid my hands are a little stuck right now. Would you mind getting the pilot up there?
Enjoy your plus one.
Sure, but it is Maria.
Marriott.
Don't worry, we get it wrong too. We don't know why we put the accent on that syllable.
Marayoth.
Maria.
Marayoth.
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yep.
I always use that joke with my kids when I try to teach them about syncopation in music, and it always just goes over
Right
their
over their heads.
Goes over their heads. Yeah.
Oh, it was our
That's
favorite
most of
joke
my
in
joke.
seminar.
Anyway,
Um,
also I've left a Easter egg reference, something, in the Fly Free or Die Discord channel chat.
Yeah, I saw that, and I
If-
hate it.
If you want something awful to continue your day.
It is awful.
It sure is.
Maria will, as Auntie Nuna instructed, fire at that pilot, the pink-dotted hobgoblin. Yeah, I already have enough bonuses. We'll just do the single shot, and I think we need to. Oh yeah, we'll land on the top of the hub of the car, the bus of the car, the
Some call it the
Cab.
roof.
The cab. The top
cab of the car. Yes, thank you. They land on the cab of the car and then aim up and fire at the pilot. Ooh, 23's good. That's 4 cold and electric.
23 will hit, even with that -4 for firing on somebody in a
Indeed.
different vehicle. So yeah, 4 cold and electric damage.
Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy.
Waka waka waka.
But yes, obviously it's contractual. We have to say it after every time we say electric.
Electric, umbrella, yeah.
Yeah. So Hobgoblin Trooper number pink is going to maintain their course. And we move on to green. Hobgoblin the green is staggered and is so going to take a single shot. They didn't draw their Tacklash. They are going to draw their Tacklash very sluggishly. And that is green's turn. So now we enter round 3. Pilots make their checks. I wait for Nick to make a piloting check.
Oh, yes. That's a 20. We're good.
Yeah, you're fine. So the flat-footed condition will clear on Sloane's turn because that's how I'm deciding to rule that for the other thing that she tried to do. Hobgoblin the purple is going to shoot. Who are they going to shoot? Marayoth seems to be targeting their pilot, so we're going to shoot Marayoth now.
Oh dear.
Again. They take
Better
a single
use me,
shot.
buddy.
That is only a 12 versus EAC.
12 misses.
That's lucky because
fly out of the way.
that was 8 points of damage. Yeah. Catch, you're up.
Oh yeah, Catch's time to shine because flat-footed doesn't affect attacks.
It's true.
Oh, righty. Catch, seeing green in just the worst possible space, just opens up. Full volley, full attack. Oh, and that's a critical fail and then an 11 to hit.
Aw.
Yeah.
After all that big talk.
Breaking even on those full attacks. That is going to be a miss both times with the +2 cover that he is getting from that
I thought he was standing on top of that box.
He is not.
You very distinctly said he clambered up on top of that box.
Oh, on this one.
Yeah.
Well, no. He moved. I thought I had described it as him moving into that space, but if I said that he clambered on top of the box,
I mean, how is he in that space when that box is in that space? Unless he's
how
on
is
top
Gus
of
in this space?
He's on top of a box.
Yeah, I said I climbed on top of the box.
Are they not all on top of boxes? Like, how can you occupy a space and be getting cover from a box that's taking up the entire space?
I think the idea is that there's like a bunch of boxes, so you can be among the jumble, or you can be on top of the jumble.
That was my intention. However, before we continue this,
okay.
Green is also flat-footed, so that is going to be a hit
Okay.
for 10 points of fire damage.
I would like clarification now, though, because if the art is misleading, I would like.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I thought I had.
Do I not trust the art then?
Let's say that no, he's in those boxes, but then so is Gus.
Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Accepted.
I
Moving
apologize.
forward, I understand now. Got it.
Yes. So yeah, it is admittedly a weird battle map to have like just a bunch of crates in the main area where people are supposed to be fighting. But then most people don't plan on fighting on the back of cargo trailers.
Indeed not.
Gus, it is your turn.
Yes. Am I no longer flat-footed?
You are still flat-footed until the beginning of Sloane's turn.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Well, swift action.
Delay.
Yeah.
Oh, but as we established, it doesn't affect attacks, so.
Yeah, it doesn't affect attacks. That's fine. I'm going to swift action, spend my last nanite surge, and activate reactive repair.
Okay.
And then I am going to attack orange. I'm going to continue to swing at orange. One of these days, pow.
One of these days, Orange. Oh my God!
Right to the moon.
There it is.
Hey!
Straight
So
to
that's
the
a
moon.
natural 20 for 25, doing a total of 11 sonic damage. Plus
This hobgoblin drops dead.
Yeah!
Well, they're both dead and deaf, I assume.
Yes, they are deafened permanently.
Blind and flat-footed.
Deafened, incapacitated, all of these
Yeah.
conditions, and more,
I
probably.
give them all the conditions.
If you
I'm
want,
the
you can
best.
pin him.
Good. Okay, so Gus just clobbers Orange Hobgoblin, who crumples to the ground.
Just picture it
and-
right across the jaw, and then the vibrations just pulsing into their gray matter, presumably gray.
Yeah. I haven't dissected a hobgoblin myself. Sloane Ryder.
In fact, brain tissue, not all that gray. But we'll not go into those details.
You've been
Sure.
led to.
Well, thank you to not go into those details.
Sloane. It is Sloane's turn.
Alright, we're gonna try this again. I need a 15 for this to work. So I need to
Okay.
roll.
I mean, you got pretty good odds of that. You're an
I
operative.
believe.
No, I need to roll a 15.
Oh.
Oh.
Dice.
I don't believe.
The DC
Oh.
is 26.
Narrow odds, I believe.
Never tell me the
50%
odds.
belief.
Never
Auntie
tell me
Nuna
the
has-
odds.
Yeah!
17,
Oh.
which is not enough to succeed and does fail by 5 or more again.
Oh.
I
Indeed.
only rolled an 8.
Yeah. To clarify, this is a heavy hover truck, which is level 5. If that changes your
level
calculations
5.
at all. Yes.
It does, because Drunk Fat Ninja said hover trucks is level 7. Level 5 means I only need a 22, which means that
You
does
still
not
fail by 5 or more. 22 minus 5 is
5
17.
or more.
Yeah.
Oh, take a +1.
Yeah.
Do we have a
No
plus 1?
We didn't last
I
I checked.
assumed.
No.
No,
did
we
not.
don't. Curses, I thought we
guys.
did.
That's okay. All right. So.
Oh, wait,
I
Butts
see.
double says can do.
Butts double saying can do.
Aha! Thank
But
you,
Drunk Fat
Butts
Ninja
Double.
beat them to it.
Oh, goodness.
Drunk Fat Ninja says, "Here, take this." They didn't say take this, but and now Butts Double has said smiley face, and now you have 2 plus ones.
We have an extra +1 hanging around, but that will make it so it
Constantly
doesn't fail
will
by
find a
5 or
use for it.
more. We still move forward.
Hooray.
Yay.
This is good.
No flat-footed.
All right. Hobgoblin Trooper Yellow is going to continue piloting the entercopter, surveying the situation. And Hobgoblin Trooper Orange is dead. Auntie Nuna.
All right. Well, Auntie Nuna is still entangled, although I think it's down to 5 rounds now. Hello.
Yes,
Why
yes.
no interact? Well, it doesn't really matter. Auntie Nuna will Gus? Gus, I know you can do it. You keep on hitting. You did a great job. You're a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
Yeah, you get more. Let's see. Let's give you this inspiring boost. 6.
6. That's so much. I'm immortal.
If we ever do T-shirts, it's gonna have to be Gus saying, "I'm a good boy." All right. So
And shouted to the heavens.
yeah.
I'm a good boy.
All right. So Auntie Nuna, that was your standard. Do you have a move?
None.
No.
No, you're only staggered for that one turn, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm still entangled.
Entangled doesn't
you-
take your move action. You can use
Yeah,
your
you
move
can get
action
him.
to get him, is what I'm saying.
Oh, cool. And then,
All right, now that that's taken care of. Marath, if you wouldn't mind, the pilot, please.
You're trying.
I know you can do it.
The helicopter keeps moving up and down. We haven't done this very often.
I
Usually
believe-
these sorts of shipments go very quietly.
You'll
Very
be. You're
strange.
doing fine. I know you can do it.
Thus inspired, Morath will take a full attack at Pink.
All right.
Oh man, Gus's shipping experience is all this. He's gonna think this is normal.
Yeah, so 18 plus 1 from Get Him is 19, minus 4 from a different vessel is a 15 versus the EAC.
That will be a hit.
For 2 cold and electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
Boogie woogie woogie, of course. But then sadly that 12 after get 'em minus 4 is not going to be a hit on that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but is anybody really surprised? I mean,
Still
actually,
up after all of these nickels and dimes.
yeah, you got to start throwing quarters. So it is the pilot's turn. Pilot is similarly going to maintain course. Green. I really didn't even need to roll these pilots into the initiative order, really. Green is going to, however, take attack clash swipe at Gus. In fact, full attack, because he's a jerk.
But I'm no longer flat-footed, correct?
You are no longer flat-footed. However,
Yes.
I rolled a 12 on both attacks. So, Gus, you are going to take 6 points of slashing damage and then 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh boy.
Is our boy still up?
I am still up. I still have stamina. I'm immortal.
Oh my gosh, you're going to live forever.
More
Luna negated one of those hits.
All right. So, we enter round 4, top of the round. Before anything else happens, a spray of weapons fire. Uh-oh, Sloan. before anything else happens, Sloan makes a piloting check and does not make it. The DC
no.
14.
Well, we have a +1 for Bud.
Yeah, we have a +1.
Aha, we do too.
Aha! That you do.
Double.
I will eat my words. They were not that tasty. So, a spray of weapons fire comes from the truck behind you as a hobgoblin leans out of the window. If a 14 hits your EAC, please take 3 points of fire or piercing damage if you are not in the cab.
Oh,
Not flat
You said
footed, so that misses
14
that.
means
14, remember that... sorry, hold on. 14 versus your EAC. If you are standing behind a crate, so they're firing from the south of the map, right? So if you're standing behind a crate, you have that +2 bonus to your EAC from cover. So
nice.
So that still hits.
Yes.
And you said 4 fire?
3 fire.
Oh, that just wipes out my stamina.
All right. So Gus is hit. Is Catch hit? Doesn't matter if Catch is hit. This
Catch-
is fire damage.
Catch was hiding behind some boxes, so Catch is not hit.
All right. What about Auntie Nuna?
yeah, Auntie Nuna got hit.
All right. And Marayoth, I believe you said it missed.
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, so we are on to Hobgoblin Trooper. What's it? Hobgoblin Trooper, the purple, is going to take a shot at Marayoth once again, his mortal enemy, who keeps shooting at his pilot.
Trying to get 2 for 1. A bargain.
You're very
what a
Dwight Schrute. You're very
deal.
economical.
This is a
If
22.
we were economical, we would not be doing this.
This is a 22 to hit your EAC for 2 points of fire damage. Lots of 2s there.
That hits.
And we move on to
Lord of the
Catch.
Twos.
I am the Lord. I am the Toot Lord. Toot toot.
Two's low. Oh no. I don't think you want that title.
It's too late. It is my title. You cannot have my title.
It is my burden to bear.
We might have to have you and
boy.
Tyler cage match to the death. He might challenge you for that.
Oh my God, you're right. Well,
20
Patrick.
off.
Patrick did compare the two of us and say that we could probably trade and it would be similar. So
Tried to steal Tom from us, actually. Give us Tyler in return.
Tom can't no, Tom, leave.
no
That's what
Tom
I
leave.
said. I said you can't have Tom.
No time
No
out.
time
Only
out.
take.
No, only
take
Tom
Tyler.
take.
But
No Tom, only Tyler.
All right, Catch, take your turn so we can go to break here.
All right, Catch. Squinting at the truck behind him after the box takes a volley of fire, shoots back. And by shoots back, I mean shoots at Green.
Yeah. Green is not flat-footed, so that is going to be a miss.
Garbo.
Yeah, that's okay. So Gus can probably finish off Green, right?
Hopefully, but first things first. Gus's nanites just pulse through his body. You can see his veins lighting up with a reddish-orange color, and he gets 1 stamina back and 2 temporary hit points. Is what's happening.
Very cool.
Nice.
All right, and then he is going to full attack at Green. Ah! A 12 versus EAC is the most likely one to have a chance of hitting, but probably misses.
It is indeed going to be a hit.
7 sonic damage.
look at that.
How do
thing.
you end this
Yeah,
hobgoblin?
I bonk him on the top of the head, and he just crumples bonelessly down to the bed of the truck. I'm just
It is as you say. Hiya! Kush! And indeed, it is as Gus says. Green hobgoblin goes down. And with that, I think that's actually a pretty good time for us to go to break.
Oh, cool.
Even the music agrees, having stopped. We are not out of the woods yet, as you all...
We're in the mountains.
Yes, Liz.
Sorry, I had to say it.
No.
Nice
I don't
mountains.
see any trees on this map.
So we go to break as Sloane sees a turn up ahead. The entercopter ahead of you is going to swerve and narrowly make the turn as well. You come up on a tunnel that is not 50 yards down the road from where you are. So entercopter swerves to the side, manages to squeeze into the tunnel with you, and you rush into the tunnel. Behind you, you hear an explosion as the truck behind you sadly did not make the turnoff and instead went over the side of the mountain in an explosive ball of flame, just
Are we only
comically
at
large ball of
5
flame.
build points for half the delivery?
And that, with you all racing down this tunnel, still with an entercopter to deal with, is where we are going to go to break.
Dun, dun, dun.
So let's say a 15-minute break. So we'll come back at 20, call it 22, because we're already halfway through 2:06 here. Call it 22 after the hour. We will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Hello, welcome back. Hope you didn't go too far. You can't hear my lovely melodious voice coming into your various listening devices. And this lovely music. Thank you, Leif. So we are. I hope everybody had a nice break. I had a snack of some mac and cheese, also known as snack and cheese. It was leftovers from a really good. Yeah. Welcome, Ghost. Good to see you. I understand if you don't want to stick around, having missed the first part. You will want to listen to the first part because it was fairly action-packed, and this next part will make absolutely no sense out of context. Thank you for the reroll. It'll make a little bit of sense, I suppose. There's still weapons on a truck. You're bringing them somewhere. But now might be a good time, if you wanted to not spoil yourself, to leave, because here we go. So, when we went to commercial break, if you will, our heroes were hurtling down a tunnel, an entercopter narrowly threading the needle, hovering alongside you in the tunnel. Because yes, it is just wide enough for both a cargo truck and an entercopter to squeeze in. Because that's what I've been told. So I am a slave to the facts given to me in the AP. Not a slave to the facts, actually. I actually
That is not at all
rewrite quite a bit. But this is what has been said, and I'm going to go with it. So there's enough room for this entercopter to fly alongside you in the tunnel. We find you hurtling down the tunnel, as I said before. What do you do, Sloane? This seems like a good opportunity for Sloane to do some tricky maneuvering of some kind.
Yeah, could be. I don't think they're behind me.
No, they are alongside you.
Well, then I can try and speed up. I can try.
You could try and speed up. One option I might suggest is you could also ram them. Gruesomely effective if you could push them into the wall of the tunnel.
Ramming is not in the chase rules, but sure.
Luckily for you, I have a ramming function for you that you could do if you would like to do such a thing.
Let's give it a try.
All right.
He's the arbiter of reality.
Make me
Tom can
yes.
make anything happen.
Yes. Go ahead and make me a piloting check, my friend.
Got it. Oh, kind of benevolent GM. Oh,
Ooh, that is a natural 1
total of 10.
for a total of 10. You, believe it or not, do not beat the DC that I have set
Should
there.
we use Ghost's wonderful reroll to see if we can ram him into the wall, guys?
Would be timely.
And that one is and that one, especially on a roll that you can make, is a good time
Alright,
to use
let's-
the reroll.
Thanks, Ghost. I know you took off already, but hopefully you hear this.
He'll hear it
Later,
eventually.
On demand.
Let's see what we
Thank
get.
you from 3 weeks in the past.
22.
Ooh, 22. So, Sloan, you see the entercopter in your rearview mirror off to your left, and they look like they're intent on following you down this tunnel. But you do the classic sort of just jimmy the truck into them a little bit. This forces them to overcompensate lest they be hit by you, and then their entercopter, the helicopter blades on their entercopter catch in the side of the tunnel.
No.
They quickly snap off. The entercopter tumbles to the ground, loses speed as you continue on, and they tumble into a ball of flame, exploding in the tunnel behind you.
Great.
Oh dear.
Nicely
Oh
done,
dear,
dear.
oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Marath bustles back into the cab,
Mm-hmm.
sort of hides in a corner of it.
No.
Alright, it's gonna be fine.
What happened to all the other guns?
I think they went over the cliff.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that's bad. So how are we getting paid?
Well, you'll find out when you get there.
Hopefully the resistance will still pay us what they promised. At least they're out of the hands of the kobold slavers.
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Taller.
Right? Not kobolds. Taller.
Taller,
Yeah.
shorter snout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also,
Much
I
more
don't think kobolds
militaristic.
exist in Starfinder. This was a
Not-
point of contention for Seth.
Yes. Not technically. They don't exist now. All right. So you drive through the tunnel, and it eventually it's a pretty long tunnel. About a quarter of the mile, half mile down the road, you emerge, and soon enough, a squat building huddled against the mountainside appears on your right, we'll say. An old woman stands outside, bundled in heavy clothing, and she waves to you all as you, I imagine, slow down. This is indeed, this matches the description of what the Hobgoblin agent told you about. Hobgoblin. She smiles at you, continues smiling, I suppose, as you pull up, and greets you if you step out of your truck. I am Anya. I am one of the organizers of the resistance here. I cannot tell you how much this shipment means to us. With this, we will have better odds than ever at fighting back against the Gitteran Authority. So, thank you very much for what you have done here.
Wasn't easy to get them to you, but, well, we weren't entirely comfortable passing these off to the Authority anyway.
We appreciate your compromising of your job here. I imagine the hobgoblins are not happy, nor will your company overlords. How do you refer to them?
Overlords
Either way,
is accurate
Pretty
enough.
accurate.
she chuckles a bit and says, please accept this payment with my apologies that it can't be more. The disparity in this trade makes it clear to me, having only just met you, that you are indeed good people. So thank you again. And she she, proffers 10 BP, as was agreed upon before. So, in spite of, yes, the second truck going over the side of the cliff, she is willing to pay you the 10 BP, because as you've said, at least these are weapons out of the hands of the authority.
Can I have one of these guns? My nanites hunger.
She gives Gus a weird look, and says, we can see about that, yes. I do not wish for your nanites to go hungry. If that's something,
I'll hold up my arm and it will morph into various tools and things like that.
Oh, fascinating. Yes, let me talk with our quartermaster, so to speak, and I will. I'll see what I can pull for you. And so several, actually almost a dozen resistance fighters come out and begin offloading the weapons off of your truck. And they
Nice. We don't have to do it.
Yeah. No, they're not gonna do that.
We would have had to unload them if we'd given them to the hobgoblins. So
Mm-hmm.
Should they be
as
unloaded for us?
yeah. So as they, I'm sorry. What?
I said I imagine Fetch has been like grumbling this entire time about getting paid less.
Mm-hmm.
But Auntie Nuna mentions that, and he's kind of like, oh yeah, well, kind of like, and then like kind of ends his griping about getting paid less.
Nice.
Hey, Catch, look at this cool thing! After his hand morphs into various tools and a fire extinguisher. Look! And like you can just see his chest pulsing. He's like, yeah, they're eating and replacing my lungs! Now I can breathe CO2!
Interesting.
Now they're putting them back!
How do you control them?
I just kind of hope for things to seem to do it.
They are not
Positive thinking.
individually intelligent.
No, they kind of do their own thing. I think they're collectively, like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Anya observes this even stranger conversation, sort of one eyebrow continually going up.
Eventually, it leaves her head.
Yes, yeah, just
And Gus is just hoping, man, hopefully Catch thinks I'm cool now.
Well, your agent said that they could lift our ship.
yes, and Vogue should be here very shortly, I imagine. He said that he would be taking off soon after you all left with your shipment, and and at the speed of plot, in fact, you do hear some engines roaring in the distance as the BD-514 crests the mountainside and lands in a clearing some ways off. And the little the door on the side, I guess I don't envision you guys having like a ramp for you all to go on to enter the ship. The door pops open and a relatively tall dwarf strides out of the ship, searches around and says, "You guys, you all, thank you so much. I knew I was right to approach you at the camp." He runs up to Sloane and shakes her hand, saying, the name's Vogue Mindbrewer. I was disguised as that hobgoblin trooper who spoke to you. Thank you again for what you did.
Pleasure, Vogue. Thanks for giving us the opportunity. We weren't too thrilled about working with those hobgoblins anyway.
You would be.
We have questions. The hobgoblins on this planet are not alone. They are part of a large, multiple system spanning empire. Do you have hope that you can gain freedom, lasting freedom for this planet?
Well, he turns very serious. Honestly, I leave the planning up to Anya, but I know what she always tells us is, you mentioned it, hope. Hope is what we need to hold on to. I don't know that we can achieve lasting freedom for our people from the Gitteran Authority. However, we're going to make them fight for it if they want to take our planet. So, right now, our goal is to resist. Beyond that, maybe get some folks off the planet.
Interesting.
We have empty cargo holds going back to Absalom Station if anyone wants to join us. Not comfortable, but way off this rock.
Anya looks, thoughtful at this. I will present this option to my people. I'm certainly not one to make people stay. What we do is dangerous. But know that many of the people here value the fight and wouldn't want to leave until it's done. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So they continue offloading the weapons crates, and Anya will look to as a couple of Sheeran will say are offloading the last crate and beginning to bring it into the facility. She stops them and says, "Hold on, bring that over here." And they put it down at your feet, and she says, "Let this be a token of our appreciation and an apology that we could not pay you more. Know that you are members of the Resistance now, and we value your work. So, thank you."
Catch under his breath, just great, another target on my back.
Working class folks gotta stick together.
Amen.
All these big governments always trying to step on the little guy.
Inside the crate, you'll find where is it? You'll find 4 tactical infinity rifles and 16 frag grenades Mark II. So, that is, you can go ahead and add that to your loot sheet. I'll put that in the thing. Good. So, with that, Anya will pass the message around, and it seems that, while your offer is very kind and seems tempting for a few people, most of these are young, caught up in the fight, don't want to leave yet. So they kindly decline your offer to be transported off planet.
All right.
So,
Young and the stupid.
Well.
Not that Auntie Nuna doesn't say it.
Right. Okay, so all that's left for you all to do is make your way off planet now. You've completed your job, such as it is. And all right. Anything else before you go?
No, I think we want to get off this planet.
Moreas will give them their com address and say, "We are interested in knowing how this resolves itself. Please keep us updated."
Anya and Vog. I think Vog will field this one and say, "Of course, Moreath. Thank you very much. We'll keep you up to date."
Moreath would like to subscribe to their newsletter.
Yes.
Did you do this publicly?
Yeah, and the
Gus would probably follow along. He would be like, "Yeah, me too. I have a vested interest in this." And I feel like he would flex his mechanical arm, and then the nanites would just engrave "resist" across his arm in all caps.
I love it.
Catch all right. Good enough pouting
with a
around.
little
Get out of
pick.
here while getting out of here is still an option.
Yes, our safety is also paramount.
Okay. So,
Pleasure doing business
Off.
with you all. Best of luck in your resistance.
thank you. Anya and Vogue and a few of the other resistance fighters will give you an appropriately fight the power kind of resistance salute. I'm thinking, because I'm reading Brandon Sanderson, I'm thinking like, the Bridge 4 crossed arms or something like that. But,
Yeah.
Something goofy like what's that movie? Nah, it's too late. It's gone.
It's gone. Gone to the winds. So off you go. You take off in your starship.
Sultan.
So you make to leave the planet's atmosphere. As you enter space and begin preparations for drift travel, you are approached and hailed by a Gitaran Authority ship. They attempt to open comms with you.
Auntie Nuna looks significantly at Sloane.
Well, Sloan will open comms.
Ship BD-514. State your reason for this unauthorized departure from the planet's surface.
Well, it looks like he gave us the wrong landing site. We have to report back to our bosses and tell them what went on here. Sorry about that.
Go ahead and make me a bluff check.
21.
I'll
On a
assist.
bluff check.
Oh, perfect. All right. Auntie Nuna may assist, although I will... All right, good. So, with these two bluffs, you all are able to stall them long enough for the engine, the drift engine to spin up, and in classic fashion, you just, in the middle of a conversation, you're out.
Oh yeah, just trying to find the paperwork. Man, this is a real long filing cabinet.
Yeah. Excellent.
I will have to stall for like 2 minutes while the drift drive spins up. 1 minute.
The
Yeah, it's
person in
not so
charge of
bad.
our filing is just a collective of bugs. Paperwork's hard for them to maneuver sometimes. Just give us about 10 minutes.
We resent
good.
that. We have a rigorous and complex bureaucracy.
Okay.
Oh, guys.
So, you have no further job, and it'll take much longer for any transmissions to make it this far out into the vast than it would for you all to just head back to Absalom Station, because it's always 1d6 days, no matter how far away you are, which is bizarre. So, time to head back.
Yeah.
Can I presume that you head back to Absalom Station?
Yep.
Excellent. All right. So, you killed a number of Hobgoblin troopers. Allow me to
We sure did.
give you an appropriate amount of Hobgoblin trooper outfit kits. So let's see.
Oh, good.
Heavy armor? Heavy armor?
I'm seeing Lashunta Ringwear 1. I feel like that's heavy armor. However, Gus doesn't have proficiency in heavy armor yet.
That's next level. I gotta survive. one
Hold
more
on to it.
level.
We can hold on to it.
Yeah, sure.
Just enter it in.
So
Unless
that is
you want-
going to be this number of those sets. You'll get 1, 2, 3. Call it 4 sets, because poor Private Glocka is resting at the bottom of a ravine, and you mashed at least one Hobgoblin into the wall, and they also exploded in a fiery ball of death. So,
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
so
What was the number
I
again?
thi-
3 of them? 3 of each?
4 sets. Call it 4.
Nice.
So,
And that's 8 sticky bombs. Got it.
yes.
Well,
minus, yes, exactly, -1. Good. All right, so, loot aside, you arrive back at Absalom Station, and as it did after you returned from Akaton, the little red light is beeping on the comm station, indicating an incoming hail from Tarika. This will be a live transmission.
This will be
you pick up?
fun.
Yep. Of course.
All right.
Rika's good. It's just the other ones.
Howdy, crew. How'd we do?
Well, we ran into some complications.
Complications? Okay. She's fiddling with her wrench again, just sort of.
Yeah, it turns out the Gridiron Authority isn't very well organized, and they sent us to the wrong landing pad, and then like the signage was bad, so we went the wrong way, and then they attacked us, and half the guns went off the cliff, and then they only ended up paying us half.
Sloan. You don't have to lie to me, Sloan.
I'm being totally honest.
Well, all of those things did happen. To be fair.
That's fair.
We can, I guess, yeah. Reyes will, I guess, send the comm message to Sloan. We can probably trust Tarika. She won't report anything that she doesn't have to, and she might be able to help cover for us. It is up to you.
Is this like a Charlie's Angels? We're all talking to Tarika.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, I'm envisioning her on like a little holographic display on the bridge, right? So
Yeah.
it's not a personal one.
But Morea's message was like directly to Sloan.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, trying to be discreet. Got it. Okay.
Gus waves with his good arm, but much like a woman breastfeeding in public, he has a blanket draped over his torso, and there is just the tip of the barrel of the gun sticking out, and there's some weird writhing going on underneath.
Oh.
Cool.
I thought Moraoth was going to be the gross one. Not that breastfeeding in public is gross. What Jet just described was upsetting.
Yeah.
It's the writhing. The writhing.
It's the writhing. Yeah.
The nanites writhe.
Rising.
A baby breastfeeding does not writhe.
No.
I'm just saying, much like a woman
It's
breastfeeding, they
normal.
usually cover.
Nanites, not
Baby
normal.
breastfeeding does not assimilate a gun into one's being.
Right, yes.
It's on the
exactly.
baby.
Baby. Okay, so Moraoth
Babies are much
is
cuter than nanites.
texting Sloan about this conversation. Let's stay on topic on this conversation because this is an important conversation. What does Sloan do
No,
with?
look, Tarika. That's what happened. The people who paid for the guns might have been the resistance instead of the authorities, but credit's credit.
Okay. Yeah, well, something about this job with the giving the guns to the Gideon Authority, I understand any trepidation. It's real unfortunate that we didn't get the full amount, but I think you did the right thing, ultimately. Now, whether the company will agree with us, I think we all know the answer to that one. I'll file a report with the information from your ship log. I'll make it look as good as I can. Try not to worry.
Well, like I said, there was a misunderstanding, and half the guns ended up going off a cliff.
Right.
Didn't get full
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
We are
no,
not-
I mean,
And it
We're
wasn't
not sure
us
that
who dropped the
incompetent.
guns off the cliff. It was the Gideon Authority drivers who drove them off a cliff.
that'll be noted. What's up,
We
Maria?
are not sure how much better incompetence looks than willful negligence of responsibilities.
I feel like
Who was incompetent? Just those Gideon Authority guys. They were the only ones who were incompetent. They sent us to the wrong landing pad and didn't mark their road well and drove half the guns off a cliff.
Okay, yes.
All right. All right. So you all, take a day to rest or something. I'll try and find you work or something like that. But in the meantime, try not to worry too much. We'll make this look as good as we can.
Meanwhile, Ketch has been like just kind of walking back and forth in the background, trying to act nonchalant, but trying to get Tarika to notice him.
Oh. Hey, Ketch. What you doing back there? You trying to wear a hole in the floor?
Oh, hey, sweet cheeks, how's it going? No, just good to see you. That's all. And then he kind of like scurries off the bridge again.
Oh. It's good to. Oh, he's gone, isn't he? All right.
Yeah, he
well,
is.
Completely.
You guys,
Well-
if you look out into the hallway after he leaves, you notice the hallway gets like a one step darker.
Oh.
That's something tieflings can do.
Yeah, it is. That is a tiefling
sure
thing.
is.
Once a day.
I can make it one step brighter.
Ha!
I was gonna say, just wait until we start fighting with that. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, another reason for invisibility bypass or blind sense or whatever. Anyway, Tarika says, well, tell him I'm glad he's all right. Sounds like that was a pretty dangerous job you all pulled. So, good job keeping him safe. Thank you. But, as I said, you go take a day off. Not much we can do right now, except file the paperwork. So, I'll try and make it look as good as we can. Catch you in. I'll catch up with you later. And she'll sign off. So, y'all have some shore leave, so to speak. What do you...
We have a favorite restaurant. We should all go there.
Sure, Mariah. Why not?
What's what do they serve at this favorite restaurant? How fleshed out is it, Simon?
Not at all fleshed out. I don't know why I came up with this idea.
Okay, I've got
The
it.
shoe is on the other foot.
Here, do you want me to buy you a
Volunteer something.
second?
Word ready.
Here, I'll buy you a minute there, Simon.
Or you can just fill in my lack of idea with an idea, Lay.
No,
That'd be
because
better.
I've got an idea.
because Ketch is definitely we're on Absalom Station, right?
You are indeed.
Yeah, no, Ketch notably will be staying on the ship for the entirety of the shore leave.
Not coming.
Oh,
Not
really?
coming to eat with us.
Ketch, if when asked, would say, the engines need some need more
Recalibrate.
polish. There's not enough grease. We need more grease. And
Sense
yeah,
motive.
it's definitely super believable.
Ooh, with an 11 bluff
Blown is
versus a
on.
21 sense motive.
5. Yeah, he's avoiding something out there.
Sloane's not gonna push it. She's just gonna make a mental note.
Okay, so
Liz,
the
did you have a
place
better
that-
idea? Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yes. So the place that Marayoth loves is this gnome halfling fusion place. The thing is that it's at gnome halfling size. Now Marayoth doesn't mind because they can compress, but the rest of us who go with him have to kind of like...
Them.
And it's tapas. It's basically tapas.
Mm.
It's really good, but it's really cramped.
Mini tapas.
Gus gets down on his tummy and just belly crawls into the restaurant.
we could just eat on the curb outside.
No, gotta have the full experience.
Of what it's like to need compression to fit into places.
Maria, why don't you go in and order for us? We'll take it to the park next door.
Yes, okay. What do you recommend? We recommend the augmented fortified slurry.
Auntie, can you get their menu?
Yeah, Auntie.
Extra
Auntie,
chili flakes.
Auntie picks the best things, and she knows what's good, and they're all good. Done.
All right, and
But that
then
can only
Marayoth,
contribute so much to this.
yeah, and Marayoth will bring out all of the 4 plates and 1 shake, unlike a moving carpet of constituents.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Oh,
Conveyor
I'm thinking it's like one of those things, a cartoon where the ants carry away a picnic.
yes,
Except
it is
the other
exactly like that.
The ants are delivering the picnic.
Yeah, they're very friendly and all want to be your friends and recall knowledge about your race.
Yes. I feel like Sloane eats like nothing but sugar because he's eternally healthy. She's celestial.
That is nice.
Live that dream.
about, like,
I'm going to
deep
live
fried
vicariously through my Starbinder character.
Yeah. Haven't we all? Okay. So, after you all finish up your space mini tapas, everybody gets a ping on their comm units. And it is... this handout. I have a handout for you. Yes.
A handout.
It's this.
Uh-oh.
All right, it says to Edge Corp personnel serving aboard Company Transport BD 514 from Edge Corp Sapient Resources Department. Oh God. Subject: possible contract breach and termination. Dear employees, your recent activity on Voxa has triggered an objective AI-led investigation into potential violations of your employee contract. This investigation may result in your termination. Edge Corp is under no obligation to share the results of this investigation with you. In addition, Company Transport BD 514 has failed to meet expected profit goals. Edge Corp is conducting an internal review to determine the viability of this revenue stream going forward. In the event your company transport is reassigned, your contract will be voided effective immediately. Thank you for your time.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Yes, this is
Gus
what we
starts
were
cooking.
worried about.
Gus starts eating rapidly.
Right now, can I steal it and fly away?
Auntie Nuna just kind of sips her tea and goes,
Well, that's at an accelerated time frame than what I was anticipating.
and then just goes back to sipping her tea. Happening
Right.
sooner than I expected.
When
Well,
was
I
it supposed to happen?
Suppose now's as good of a time as any. Well, I mean,
Do you do this back on the ship? Because Ketch is not there.
Yeah, Ketch isn't here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We should take this conversation back to the ship.
Yeah.
After lunch.
Notably, you have not been fired yet, nor has the ship been taken from you yet. So
Yet.
you are still employees. Yes.
But like, you know, when you guys show back up on the ship, Ketch is like waiting at the airlock, and he's just seething. He's like ready to just, you know, explode. And when you guys come in, he's just like, You seen this? You seen this?
We
We're
brought
gonna
you a
lose our
milkshake. Here you
jobs.
go.
I've been here for a week, and he's just like,
Sloan shoves a milkshake at Catch.
ah,
It's fortified.
what am I? Oh, this is actually kind of good, but that doesn't
Yeah.
change anything. I'm still really mad.
Come on, crew meeting.
Gus holds out his arms like, do you need a hug?
Ketch just like pushes past Gus, and he, like the entire way to the briefing room, Ketch is just like, you know, chewing out anybody that'll like, mostly yelling at the captain, but like just
This
Gus's
is
arm
gonna be
through.
fine. I already have a plan in place. It's just gonna happen a little bit faster than we expected. That's all.
So you all
Auntie
sit
Nuna is
down.
doing something on her tablet.
You all sit down at the tiny little table in the crew kitchen, which notably is also only designed to have 4 chairs sitting around it.
Gus is cooking.
that's okay. Ketch stays standing. He doesn't
Okay.
sit, but his
Catch
tail
is
does
way
twitch
too
at-
upset to sit down.
Yeah, his tail does twitch at the mention of a plan, though.
All right. What's the plan?
So, I never really intended to keep this contract. Might have picked all of you because I felt like you'd probably go along with this plan. We still have this ship. And we can find our own cargo. We don't need Edge Corp.
The company is very gets very angry when it is. The company is okay stealing, but gets very angry when stolen from.
Well, we get far enough out into the vast, change the transponder signal. They're gonna have a hard time tracking us down.
So what I'm hearing is, you guys want to steal a ship?
Oh,
I
gee.
am-
Gus cooks harder.
That is what I'm getting at here. And, Leif, is it okay if maybe there's a little something in your file about your background?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That
I'm
Auntie Nuna dug
sure
up?
there would be.
Yeah.
It would be nearly impossible for there not to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say Auntie Nuna's going to look at him significantly over the top of her tablet and be like,
It's not as if it's the first time you've stolen vehicle cash.
If a tiefling could go red, he does.
Maybe he goes purple?
Purple.
yeah, no. He blushes purple. That's it.
adorable.
Yeah. And he kind of just like, all right, if that's what you want. And he just kind of walks out of the room with his hands in his pockets.
That was easy.
Captain, you are confident you can escape the company's clutches? Maybe you have done this sort of thing before?
Well, not exactly, but they'll be fine. Trust me.
The lights flicker for a moment.
Why?
Catch.
Why do the lights
Why are the
flicker?
lights flickering?
Hey, don't worry about it.
It is I think it's at this time, interrupting this discussion, that you all get a call from Tarika again. We'll say this one, it's like, the ship's AI will say, incoming call from Tarika. Incoming call from Tarika on the bridge.
All right, Moriath, don't tell Tarika.
But she might cover for, but if we tell her, she might be held partially responsible for it. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't tell Tarika. We don't want to get Tarika in trouble.
Okay. We will be entirely
He's a
silent.
nice.
So,
Sloane strides off to the bridge to answer the call.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
We can just take it
So-
here and then roll.
So you all, you pick up the call from Tarika, and she says, Lord Sinjin is looking for you. By now, he's got to know how things went down on Voxa. You'd think he'd be mad about the job falling through, but he says he just wants to talk to you about a potential business opportunity. He's staying at King Kearney's Casbah in the Armada. Y'all wanna, hey, why the long faces?
Are you
we
able
gotta...
Are you able to relay a message to Lord Sinjin for me, dear?
I mean, I just got a communication from him, so I
Don't
could probably
worry.
try and reach out to him.
No, it's okay. We'll do it
All right.
ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, so he invited you to meet with him at King Kearney's Casbah, if you're interested in that. It's, she could tell you, rather, that it's like a casino, drug den, questionable place, orbiting Absalom Station in the Armada.
We get to go to King
A den of
Kearney's
iniquity.
Casbah!
Yeah. So y'all feel up to a face-to-face?
Sure. Sounds interesting.
All right.
Nothing else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and nothing
Thanks
else is
for-
odd.
Gus is
Thanks
just
for passing it on,
cooking
Tarika.
so much.
Of course. Yeah, no problem. And let me know what he wants. Sounds like an interesting guy. As a drow gun runner. I'm curious. Call me curious. But
Arms dealer.
Interesting is
That's
is
the
one
word.
way to
Thank you,
describe
Maria.
him.
all right.
Auntie Nuna is unusually quiet.
So
Bob will hang up with Tarika.
You did not know about our pending termination.
Guess not.
I would hesitate to say so, dear. These sorts of men often have information sources everywhere.
Rika?
No, not Tarika, sorry.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about Sinjin.
Oh, I think we should go hear what he has to say. Could be a good first job for our newly independent operation.
You don't think it's a trap by him or the company or both?
Well, the only way to know if it's a trap is to go, Mariah.
That doesn't make sense.
Sure it does. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, Sloane's like setting a course in the casa.
Sloane's catchphrase, don't worry about him, Rayoth.
Don't worry about
So
it.
many big aspects, and the first one is
Was don't worry, I've got a plan. Or something.
well, yeah, everything's going to be fine. Trust me.
Yes. There we go. Yeah.
I think the second one might be just about to get invoked as well.
Perfect. Okay. So you all want to head to King Kearney's Casbah?
Yes.
In Kearney's
Orbiting.
Casbah.
Absalom Station. Excellent. So, you pilot the ship over there. It's just in the neighborhood, so to speak, because it's right on Absalom Station, or orbiting it. So, King Kearney's Casbah is a strange amalgamation of large freights and smaller vessels welded together to create a maze-like casino, brothel, and drug den. As you near the Casbah, you receive a transmission. Pulling it up on the screen, you see
Casbah.
a
Sorry.
you see a drow woman. I am Deminda, head of my Lord Sinjin's bodyguards. Come to docking port 3, and I shall bring you to my lord.
Sinjin don't like
Certainly.
Inside King Kearney's Casbah, I have some art for you that I will...
Ooh, art.
Yes, it's going to involve bringing you to a new map. There, because it was big enough that I figured it merited being its own page on the Roll20. So, yes, inside
Oh wait, no, that's
King Kearney's Casbah, you're instantly bombarded by sights, smells, and tastes. A live band playing an assortment of strange instruments from across the galaxy jams with a chilled rhythmic thrum. The air is full of smoke from a variety of illicit substances, and the layered murmur of clandestine deals. Members of many unusual species from near space and the vast fill the establishment. A squid-like Idge Tikri crawls atop the bar to order a drink, and across the room a leafy Goran and peaceful fur-covered Niskinti pass a dose of hyperleaf back and forth. In a darkened corner, a masked Embry negotiates with a strike team of Vesk commandos. Deminda, the drow woman who contacted you, maintains a steady pace, bringing you across the large chamber to a bulkhead door, guarded by a pair of female drow. The door opens as she approaches. Beyond lies a sumptuously appointed chamber with a central rectangular table, at the head of which sits a handsome drow, who rises as Deminda enters. Ah, he says with a smile. The individuals who have cost me a great deal of money. At last we meet. I have art for him as well, showing it to
This
players.
is not Sinjin. Oh,
What do you
wait.
mean?
Who did we meet with last time?
There's some.
You met
One
with-
of his lackeys.
You met with
One of the
Taurice.
lackeys. That's
Yes.
right.
Yes. On Apaste, remember.
so
At last-
Sinjin, another male.
Yes,
Yep.
Sinjin,
From,
Sinjin is male.
Oh,
Higher
wow.
part of the family or something.
A half dozen armed female drow are positioned around the edges of this room, avoiding direct eye contact. The man steps out from behind the table and extends a hand. I, of course, am Lord Sinjin. Please, do sit down. He gestures to the table, as Deminda moves to a small table to the side which holds a carafe of a dark substance sitting on a glowing plate. You all sit down, I take it?
Sure.
Pet
Sure.
stays standing.
Very carefully, Gus sits down because he's not sure if the stool will hold his weight.
We can, as an aside, not that it's going to matter here, we can assume that you all had enough time to heal back to full health.
Nice.
Oh,
Go
thank
ahead and
goodness.
take that.
Oh,
Yes.
thank goodness.
I know Gus has been riding like sub full health for like 3 episodes now, which is to say the entire AP.
There's a brief period of time where I was at full health at the beginning of the first episode, and then I think almost at the beginning of the second, but it went away really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I
So-
never made it back to almost. I was almost dead at the end of that last fight. We leveled,
Yeah.
which got me back to like half.
hmm
6 days in the drift. I was still 4 short though.
So Deminda begins pouring the liquid from the carafe into glasses, and as she sets them in front of you, it's easy to tell from the heady scent that this is wine. To some of you, this might even be obvious as a vintage made on aposte, if you're at all discerning in your wine consumption. Sinjin,
it's motive.
you're going to sense motive on the wine?
Yeah. Look, this guy has a bad reputation.
Yeah. That is perfectly normal. I almost said nerfectly pormal wine. I had to commit. So yes, that wine looks just fine. Smells pretty good. You might even be familiar with it. Yes. So Sinjin will take a glass from Deminda, who hands it to him first, of course, and then he proceeds back around the table and takes a seat on the other side. Sits down and smiles. You failed to deliver my weapon shipment on Voxa as ordered. It seems that you managed to lose half of the shipment. I don't suppose you'd care to explain yourselves?
Well, technically, we didn't lose half of the shipment. The Gitteron Authority did.
They were driving the truck at the time.
If they'd shown even a shred of competence, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Well, technically. I hate that phrase. It is usually followed by excuses for one's incompetence. However, I have every reason to be furious with you. When I get furious with someone, they usually end up breathing vacuum. But the stars have aligned in your favor. I need a crew for a very special job. And you, well, you've alienated both me and your former, from what I understand, corporate paymasters. If you hear me out, perhaps we can both come out of this ahead.
Listening?
Is it worth the price of admission?
No, but the seats are excellent. He looks pointedly at Auntie Nuna. You're all Evgenia Jameson employees, as he breaks eye contact with Nuna. But how much do you really know about the company, I've spent enough credits to learn quite a bit about it, and I've discovered that they've made a breakthrough in hybrid null space technology. Null space chambers aren't new, but no one's been able to figure out how to make them any bigger than a few feet across. Your friends at Edge Corp, however, led by a woman named Eileen Resora, have cracked the code. They've discovered how to make a null space chamber large enough that it makes a space bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Large enough to double the size of a starship's cargo hold.
Sorry. Not in character. I just
No,
looked at it.
I know, no.
How are we not supposed to?
I
We're
know,
nerds!
I know. Imagine if every emergency vessel carrying supplies to victims of the swarm could carry twice the medicinals. If every starship bringing settlers to a distant uninhabited world could carry twice the spare parts and supplies. Or if a place like this station could give everyone hold up and downside twice as much room. He stands up again. He just seems very energized by this. Yes, yeah, he's getting animated as he goes on. I know the galaxy seems like a pretty big place, but I assure you, when you're paying for air, food, and water, it's really much smaller than you might think. If the Pact Worlds had access to this technology, it would suddenly become twice as big. That's more elbow room for everyone. Who doesn't want that? The answer, of course, as he presses a remote. He thumbs a remote, summons up a holographic representation of a transport ship. Its image slowly rotating over the table.
Great. I didn't realize we came here for a slideshow.
Oh, totally. I mean, he's a businessman.
It's a 3D slideshow.
Justin's enraptured by this discussion.
The answer to that question, of course, is your former employer. Oh, I'm sorry. Soon-to-be former employer. EdgeCorp wants to keep this technology for itself and use it to crush the competition. They've built a prototype starship for it, called the Oliphant. It's housed on the Horse-Eye orbital plate, near Abalon. Sinjin thumbs the remote again, and the image of the starship is replaced by a three-dimensional holographic model of a large starship construction facility in space. No outsiders are allowed on the orbital plate, with one exception. Many corporations have starship construction projects there, and shareholders for these corporations are allowed to dock and move around freely. It's part of the benefit. You aren't shareholders in EdgeCorp yet. But, as part of your severance pay, you do all have stock options. Since you have been fired, or, I'm sorry, again, will be fired by EdgeCorp in a breach of your individual contracts, you are entitled to stock options as part of your severance package. You could redeem those options for a not inconsiderable amount of EdgeCorp stock combined between the lot of you. You could then walk onto the Horse-Eye Net orbital plate and steal the Oliphant for me. And then, my friends, I could make you all rich beyond your wildest dreams, and you could do whatever you want for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, and we'll all get candy and ponies and sing songs forever, right? Got it.
Oh, we will? That's awesome!
I think what my associate is trying to say is your deal sounds too good to be true.
So does null space cargo holds, doesn't it? And yet here we are. The fact of the matter is, I can't get on there myself. And you are my best shot at getting a crew in there that has the legitimate right to be there. No questions asked. And then slipping off into one of their facilities and taking the Oliphant.
We support this plan.
And Nuna will lean over to Sloane and sort of say,
We were intending to acquire a ship for our next venture.
Oh, nods. All right. We'll help you steal this Oliphant.
Excellent. That's wonderful news. This will really, I truly mean it, benefit not just me or you, but the entire galaxy. I promise you, EdgeCorp would not be as benevolent with this ship as I will be.
Wait, so we're stealing it. Isn't stealing bad?
Not from them.
Liberating.
Yeah, we're liberating it. That's the best. And he'll flex his arm and show resist.
I have learned, Gus, yes, that in my line of work in particular, the ends always justify the means.
Ends justify the means. Ends justify the means. Gotcha. He's internalizing that.
no.
Oh no.
How do you know that we will deliver the ship to you instead of someone else?
Cosmoreoth. I am Lord Sinjin of the Golden League. Surely one of you has heard of the Golden League.
Have we?
Life science check?
Oh, yes, we have. If you
Here.
recall,
there's
those,
a 28 culture check just in case I forgot.
yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
if you recall, the folks that muscled us out on Akaton
I do.
are working for the Golden League. Well,
I do.
Yes. They're a shell company for the Golden League.
I see.
Ichihara Holdings is a shell company for the Golden League. As a refresher for these culture checks and for the listener at home who may not remember, the Golden League is basically a crime syndicate spanning the Pact Worlds and beyond, with their hands in pretty much every pie they can get them in. Drugs, weapons,
Trafficking.
as we've seen. Trafficking, yeah. Not great stuff.
Actual.
to-
We really don't want to be on their
Lightly.
bad side.
we don't want to be
No.
on their bad side, but we kind of don't want to have to spend much time trying to get their good side. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah. So
Morath has no further question.
interesting that Morath was not questioning your decision, but Morath just jumped right on board with that, didn't they? All right. So, no further questions then? Shall we make an accord?
Yeah, no. How much are we getting paid?
I can offer you, right now, 2,000 credits up front. Consider this a very small advance to the payout that will come from this job. He lists a number, and it is a number with
Many
five
zeros?
figures. 5 figures in it. Which, at level 2, is a lot of money.
Buy a lot of Mark 1 serums of healing with that.
So many.
Right. So, if there's no further questions, then I imagine you should be receiving your termination notices in the mail shortly. At which point you are to go through the rigmarole of collecting your severance packages. I understand it's not a perfect system, but if you persevere, you may come out with something on the other side, including those very important stock options.
How are we supposed to get to this ring once EdgeCorp takes our ship away?
Oh, that's easy. Transport ships can take you pretty much anywhere throughout the Pact Worlds. It will be a simple matter for you to gain transport there. It'll just be public transport this time. I know, terribly pedestrian, but hopefully this will be the last time that you ever have to take a public transport again. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Public transport?
Yes, they exist. You buy a ticket, and there's a big chart that tells you where it will go and how many stops it will make in between where you want to go and where
I'm
you
sure
are.
that Lord St. John doesn't need to. Be reminded how public transit works, dear. We can discuss it later.
Oh, I was helping slow. Oh, we were helping slow.
Vaughn has never taken public transport.
Hmm.
It is good for people watching.
I have
St.
one
John's
question,
River.
Lord St. John.
Yes.
Did you know it was us? When you hired, was this?
Oh, sorry. Let me.
Was this your plan when you hired us to deliver those weapons? Or is this a happy accident?
Call it a very happy accident, which resulted in an interesting reunion. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. It's always good to see old friends.
Ketch looks at St. John and then back at Auntie Nuna.
Yeah.
I agree, Nuna. Let this be one last job.
You son of a bitch, I'm
One
in.
last job.
It's settled then. I will have the credits wired to your accounts, which, as an aside, that is 2,000 credits for the whole party.
Not each.
Yes. At first I was like, holy fleam, they're giving them each. No, it's not. I'll have the credits wired to your accounts. And once again, you should be receiving your severance package application along with your notice of termination. Should be within the day or two, at which point you can head on to Abalon, the Horse-Eye orbital plate. Good luck. And he raises his glass of wine towards you all, takes a sip, and you all get the feeling that you are dismissed.
Rhea slurps up some of the wine and distributes it amongst the constituents and hovers out of the room.
When he held up the glass, Gus awkwardly held up the glass, and then when he takes a sip, Gus is like awkwardly like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but
Gus,
It's just like any other drink, Gus.
Here.
You're nailing
it
it.
feels it's supposed to be special.
Gus,
It is
could you
very
help me
tasty.
out of my chair, please. I'm feeling a little stiff.
Of course, Auntie Nuna.
And then she you get like an iron grip on your arm as she guides you towards the door.
You're
my
squeezing
goodness.
so hard. My nanites are sending up structural integrity alarms.
Why, just a little worried about falling, that's all.
Oh,
I'm
you
sure
don't
I'll
have
be
to
right
worry
as
about
rain
that.
after a nap.
I won't let you fall.
I know you won't, you're a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
All right. So, you all are led back out into King Kearney's Casbah by Deminda. She does not escort you to your ship because, it's a free Casbah, as it were. She's not gonna, walk you back. But yes.
Besides, perhaps you'll want to sample some of their offerings.
Yeah. Why not?
No, thank you.
All right. Well then, you all make your way through King Kearney's Casbah. You have a lot to think about now.
Yeah, like how we're gonna steal another ship to get there.
We can take the transit.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Maria.
We understand. We can help.
There are no taxis to Avalon.
There are though.
There are taxis to Abalon.
It is one of the
I imagine you
packed
have to
world.
hire a ship.
It
Yeah,
is-
so
yeah.
there are public transit. It's like taking the train, right? Except, planets, as opposed to states or cities. So you can indeed look up transits rather, that will cost you 50 credits a day. Because it will take you 1d6 days to get there. However, we're getting ahead of ourselves because about, let's say, 12 hours after you leave King Kearney's Casbah, you do indeed receive a second notice from Evgenia Jameson Corporation saying, as a result of the internal investigation, you each have been deemed a liability to Evgenia Jameson Corporation, and your employment contracts have been terminated effective immediately. Severance packages can be collected at this number.
Oh, beans.
Oh dear. This is
It'll be fine.
Auntie Nuna launches her script that she's written to begin the lengthy process of calling to get the severance package, because you just know you're going to be on hold forever.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's not going to be a fun time. But luckily, we don't have to role play that.
Yeah, Catch
You don't
just
have to-
starts the call and lets it go.
And then at 5 o'clock, it's like, oh, everybody went home. Please call back tomorrow.
So, the Evgenia Jameson Corporation severance package is detailed in each employee's hire contract, which is periodically renewed and updated, of course. These contracts contain a plethora of bureaucratic language that makes them hard to decipher, with exceptions and stipulations and provisos that give EdgeCorp an endless array of excuses for withholding partial or full severance pay. In order to redeem your severance package, you spend many hours on your personal comm units and the infosphere negotiating with faceless company personnel who shuffle you from department to department, converse in monotone using jargon they never explain, contradict each other, and leave you on hold for hours at a time until the call simply ends. So, to redeem any of your severance pay, you must attempt a diplomacy, intimidation, or relevant profession check. On a success, you gain things, which will be detailed upon a success. But they will be good things, I assure you. You want these things. So
Can we do them on behalf of each other?
Ooh. That was not detailed in the AP,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to decide if that is OP.
I don't
Because,
have any
like,
of those things.
Yeah, what were those skills again? Diplomacy.
diplomacy, intimidation, or a relevant profession check.
Mysticism?
Believe it or
I mean,
not,
I have-
no.
I have profession
can do
minor.
with
I don't know if
hand.
that.
Oh, I rolled it 3.
Yeah, I think Sloan and Nuna are ironically the only ones to get a severance package, even though they just joined.
So, here's the deal.
Unless I roll 1.
Wow. Wow. Okay,
So,
before...
if we just fail, does that mean the AP is over right now?
No. So... Alright. Wow. The good news is you can still roll a d20 and make that check. You just have less than 50% chance of succeeding, right? So...
I'll take it.
And Marath's got a positive charisma modifier, so does Catch.
Alright.
Anyway...
No, I don't. I have a negative charisma modifier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you have bluff, but you still have a negative charisma modifier, which is so weird because like tieflings in D&D have a positive charisma modifier, right?
Yeah. They're
it
supposed to be
is-
hot.
Yeah. I mean, look at Catch.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, at least a plus 2 charisma modifier.
Yeah, it doesn't work over the phone.
Galarian
It's
days,
the-
there's been like a stigma and a fear of them. It's in the lore.
That's yeah.
It's not like
Okay.
that they're not hot, it's that people are scared of them.
All right. So, incredibly, Nuna and Sloan have both failed on their check to get their severance packages.
Okay. I'm assuming profession minor doesn't apply, so I'm just gonna go with
So,
diplomacy.
hold on. Do you think, Gus, in your career as a minor, that Gus would have been involved in these kinds of like negotiations and whatnot? Like, was he on the union or something?
I mean, he would probably have been part of the union, but I don't necessarily know that he would have been part of negotiations.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Then
mean, I
let's
can't
say
imagine him being a great negotiator.
I can't
And
either.
how long was he at mine?
Yeah. A long time. He's in his mid 40s. As innocent
Oh.
as he is, he's in his mid 40s. He was a,
Then I
he was a
definitely
minor.
let him roll profession minor. He's in his 40s and he's been in the mining union that whole time. He's definitely on some kind of leadership position.
And his mother was a minor in the Hardscrabble Collective. He was raised by a minor. Like, he basically grew
yeah.
up in the union.
And you know what? Drunk Fat Ninja makes a good point. He read the manual more thoroughly than anyone. He is the ship's
True.
safety manager. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Gus, take that profession minor check.
Okay. I get an additional +1 to this due to being a prole. So,
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Gus gets
yeah.
benefits. Yay.
Gus gets benefits. You'll be interested to know, Catch also gets benefits.
What?
Oh, okay. I just
So
Eureka helps.
7.
on day 7, yeah. So the GC for this
He
check.
made it out of his probationary period. Yeah.
Catch was just so pissed that he was just yelling at the person on the other end. They pulled up his file, saw he was a tiefling, and we're like, okay, here you go. Here's the option.
Please don't curse me.
Yeah.
Don't use your witch powers.
Here's me or my family, and he's just like, oh, the racism.
So,
Where's your office located? Oh, come on down there myself.
the DC for this check was in fact 13. So that is how.
Nice.
Yeah, just squeak in there, buddy. Yeah, that's why I'm so surprised. I'm incredibly surprised by this.
I'm super bitter.
I'm very sorry. This next part is not, I regret to inform you, going to make you feel better about it because having passed this check, Ketch and Gus, Ketch, you are going to get a severance package of 250 credits. And 1 build point. I have made a section on your sheets for you to track build points, so go ahead and put those. That is where you can track that on your loot sheet.
Sorry,
Yes?
quick thing, Tom. Did we have build points from that previous episode?
Yes,
Because
you
didn't
have
we earn
10
extra build points?
You have 10 build points from that, which have already been logged on your loot sheet when I created that space. Yes. So Gus, having beaten the DC by 5, gets 500 credits and 2 build points.
Nice.
I'm really sorry. I feel really badly about this.
It's especially good for Morath. Well, it's actually really brutal for both Sloan and Morath for different reasons. Sloan, because, like, she expects to be good at this, and Morath, because they've worked for the company for, like, 30 years.
It is slightly on brand for Morath because they're not very good at
It's super on brand for Morath.
Yeah. They're not good at self-advocating, that's the word.
This is the problem with D20 systems.
It is. It really is.
Morath was like, I would like to get my benefits, and they're like, just one moment, and then Morath is like, okay, and then it just,
We
they
will
hung
wait
up on him.
patiently for your response.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is how the system should work, and so I will trust that it will work.
It did not
That was
work.
Marios. Nah, but it did not work. It didn't work even a little bit. Oh no, it did work by not giving him what he wanted. They what they wanted. So Tarika calls after, in the middle of your day of applying for your benefits and fighting on the phone and whatnot, and says, howdy y'all. So I just got fired.
What? No.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
It's okay though. It was something about, an internal investigation. I guess the investigation was on you all. I was able to pull some strings to know why I got fired because I know people. I heard that it was just because I was managing your cases. I admittedly fudged a bit of the paperwork on some of your recent jobs to try and make it look better. Didn't really help. So, but that's okay. I'm glad to be rid of those corporate fleam heads. Shan is still terraforming some water world in the vast for those pronkers. Ketch knows that Shan is, and anybody who's made conversation with Tarika, Shan is Tarika's daughter, also Brenary. She's very, very proud of Shan. But at least she's on her own now, so I have options. I've made some contacts in the free trader community, other crews not unlike yourselves. Say, would you let me throw in with y'all? I could get you some jobs, and I managed to negotiate myself a pretty nice severance package, so I can
Just like
contribute
elbows past everybody and just like, when can you be here?
I was gonna say Gus looks intently at Sloan, just expectantly.
Of course you can join us, Tarika. You've been a good friend.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Wonderful. So once we do this thing, she doesn't know about Sinjin's job. She knows that Sinjin offered you all something. Do you tell her about this?
Yeah.
Probably not over open comms though, right?
We do have a lead on a job, but rather not tell you about it over the infosphere. Why don't you meet us at
My favorite restaurant. Our favorite
Vengeance
restaurant.
Burgers.
Oh. They probably have
One over by the library, not the one over by City Hall.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We've gone chain.
Oh, of course you have.
I was gonna guess Sundiver Bar and Grill, and
Ah, yes, the Sundiver Bar and Grill. That's perfect.
and like the grill is
One of
heated
my
by like
hamburgers.
contained plasma ball in the form of a sun, and that's what things cook over.
We cook
Oh,
everything.
oh,
at
yeah, they have
5,000
great-
degrees over a open sun.
They have great black and French fries over there. Yeah, all right. So
Their
All right,
carbon shakes are really good.
Carbony.
So we can assume that you all go over to meet her, and we'll continue the conversation with little interruption. It's good to see you all. Catch. She goes over and pats you on the shoulder. How you doing, Catch?
He gets it down because how tall is she? I'm imagining like short.
She's medium sized. But yeah,
Are they?
call her like
Yeah, everyone
4'8".
imagines Bernaria short, but
Oh.
Because otters are so
Not
cute
small,
and
they're
small.
medium.
So they're
Yeah.
so
No,
not small.
yeah, they are medium.
Okay. Well then, Catch just gives her a big old hug.
Aw.
Aw, Catch, you old softy. Glad you're all right.
Shut up, you! And he punches her in the arm, kind of playfully.
All right, good. So let's get down to brass tacks. What did St. John offer you?
Well, he wants us to pull a not insignificant job. He wants us to take what was it called?
Oliphant.
The Oliphant.
we're stealing it from Edgecore.
The Oliphant. I haven't heard of that one. It's a top secret project. Nobody knows about this
Got
technology.
new null space technology that he wants to get his hands on.
Ooh.
Basically, it's bigger on the inside.
Okay, like that one Trivid. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. So, all right, well, tell you what. Once you do this job for St. John, sounds like he's going to pay you a lot, so we'll be able to just get our own ship afterwards, right?
That's the hope.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, then we can be independent. No one will tell us what to do. I'll find you all the work you need. All the work you need. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable there, for a modest administrative fee, of course. And the universe will be your open road. It'll be great. This will be great. This is a good plan. Man, we should have gotten fired years ago.
I'm so
Outcomes
worried
for-
she's not gonna make it. She's so
Outcomes
cute.
for-
Tarika is to be protected at all costs.
She has to live. Gus will die for her.
Oh.
Outcomes for other fired employees have not been as positive or as opportunity-filled as ours has been.
So it is a lucky, could you call this a lucky break? It's sort of lucky. I mean, it's unfortunate that all those jobs seem to go to pot, but at the same time, here we are. It's a good opportunity.
Suspiciously lucky.
Don't worry about it, Maria.
Maria, it'll be all right.
So we've been fired. Are we allowed to go collect our possessions?
Yeah, so when you all, we'll say, once you all go back to the ship, or where the ship was, you'll find an android security guard there with a couple crates with all of your personal possessions that they scoured off of the ship.
Took our
And
stuff and put it on the sidewalk.
yep.
I'm
Very
surprised we
rude.
crated it. Should have just dumped it on the ground.
Yeah. Jeez.
This is the equivalent of box up your desk and leave. So yeah, your ship is gone. The BD-514. We hardly knew ye. And
It's
this
all right.
sounds.
The next person to fly is going to have a fun time with the wiring in the engine room.
This sounds, with our heroes standing on the side of the curb with a crate full of their things, like an excellent time to end our story for the day. So, I told you wouldn't be employees for very long.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Guys, look! You have all your bobbleheads still. They're in this crate.
Now we need a new plan to get a ship. I guess we're gonna have to steal the Oliphant.
Oh, we definitely.
Why would we steal the Oliphant?
We definitely want to get the Oliphant to Lord
I
St.
thought we were liberating it. And Gus flexes
We
again.
are
showing
liberating
off.
it. Maybe after he takes the null space stuff, we can have the rest of it.
Maybe.
What matters is taking it away from Edgecore.
Yes. Revenge! I mean, liberation!
Revenge!
All right.
Yes, Viva Revenge!
On the cry of revenge, this secondary after scene ends, and then the real credits roll.
we unfortunately don't know how to stop talking.
No, I mean, no.
We're
This
very
is.
bad at it.
I am never ever going to begrudge you talking in character because that is a problem that a lot of GMs have. Getting their characters, their players to talk in character as opposed to stop talking in character. So, yeah.
Good problem to have. My players
problem
won't
to have.
stop role playing.
My players
Right,
won't
yeah.
stop playing the game. It's so frustrating. Please help. I want this to
They're
be more
into their
fair.
characters. It's so frustrating.
It's the worst. Just the worst. Y'all are the worst. No, y'all are the best, and I love playing with you. So, as always, we have a new Cosmic Crit episode dropping tonight. Be there, be square. People to thank, as always, Leif for running our audio through Groovy, the musical Discord bot. Leif,
yeah, and thanks to let's see, Mr. Snooze and White Bat Audio and producer Riddiman for the music today. It's
Lovely.
great, wonderful, and also free on YouTube.
excellent. And copyright free, which is how you're listening
That's
to
what
it
I meant
now.
by free on YouTube.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
It's
Okay,
free to
yes.
use, yeah.
Yes.
Up for whoever
Um,
wishes to.
Exactly. Our fantastic character art was done by Anycola. She is at Anycola on Twitter. Go hit her up for your own fantastic character art if she is still taking commissions. Jump on that. Thank you to Paizo for the wonderful AP, and specifically BJ Hensley for writing book 1. It has been a crazy ride so far, and I look forward to turning the third page in this particular adventure. We're on part 3 now. It's bigger on the inside, yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely a TARDIS. Specifically, the cargo holds are. You're gonna see. Thank you, Nick, for our stream assets. Simon for running the stream. All of my players for being here and helping tell this awesome story. Y'all have made incredible characters. I love the dynamic so far, and you're a joy to run for. And finally,
There you are.
oh,
No,
and-
you.
No, you.
no, you. No, you're breathtaking. And finally, you, our dear listeners and or viewers, thank you for being here. We appreciate goofing and telling jokes and telling stories for you all every Sunday and Thursday. We love you all. So, I think it's time to get on out of here. So say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
And Simon, take us into the drift.